Chris Gore here at the Academy Museum in Los Angeles, California, to remind you of Film Threat's annual Oscar watch party on Sunday, March 15th. Watch the Oscars along with us on your iPad or mobile device, whatever. Listen to us as we roast the Oscars. We'll hear celebrities tell us what opinions we should have. Join me and a whole bunch of your favorite YouTube stars as we watch the Oscars together. I guarantee the Oscars will be boring, but not if you watch along with Film Threat. I'm going to get out of here. That's right. Our live Oscar watch party is on Sunday. Join us at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. As the Oscars begin, we'll do a pre-show for about an hour, watch red carpet, go over news stories, and the Oscars begin. We will be there with you. Gary from Nerdrotic, Gary Beekler will be there. Alan Ing. Many of your YouTube favorites will be there. Guests popping in and out. Robert Meyer Burnett. So join us on Sunday. Today on the show, movie reviews. We have Slanted. It's out. That's right. It's here, along with a lot of other film reviews, the finale of Starfleet Academy. And we're going to have on the show the director of Scared to Death, Paul Boyd, and actress Lynn Shaye. They'll be here in about 90 minutes. We'll talk to them live and lots of news. We got to get out. We got to start the show. Let's go. Alan, come on.
I'm really busy at the moment with Dr. Doom, but I'll say it. Alan.
Hey, man.
Hey, he's
here.
not so busy anymore. So
yeah, he's not busy. He's not. Yeah, and this hat, this hat almost got me kicked out of the Academy Museum when I shot that video. Believe it or not. So,
well, we are the disruptors.
Whatever. There was a security woman. She looks at me. Your light has gone dark, Alan.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
it's my TV.
There you go. But like. So I had the hat, I had the shirt on. Everyone is complimenting my chest on X in that video. But so she looks at me, she goes, the Oscars can suck it. The Oscars can suck it. What does that mean? I said, I don't know. And she had some weird accent. I don't know. I don't care.
Let me get you drop your pants and let her know.
And I just said, look, we have freedom of speech in America. She's like, where is this going to air? I said, I'm making it for myself. You know, look, it's a museum. I am a member of the museum. I pay a couple $100 a year. So give me a break. That was a sneeze and I muted myself, Alan. All right. Well, while you fix your light, let's see who's here today. We'll get to Lord Thoth.
Yes. MK Solid, Best Picture, Antifa the movie.
It will win. It will win something.
You buy now. 2 Friday the 13th in a row. Happy Friday marathon. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
2 Friday the 13th.
Happy 13th. Sons and Shadows cast. Chris Coffee Pool starting 1 cup. Desk is a disaster and only 50 emails read.
You're right about the desk. You're right about the coffee. I got through all my email and I didn't go on my morning walk.
Yeah. So you got the embargo information for Monday, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I can't say anything.
Yeah. Tim is not funny. My choice for Best Picture is Train Dreams, but I doubt it wins anything. It might not deserve it considering it was barely released theatrically.
That's true.
Yeah. Might actually win adapted screenplay.
Oh, this is great news.
Okay, so Mr. Bungley for 199, Project Hail Mary tonight at the Spectrum. Very excited. Hey, Mr. Bungley, I will be there as well.
Ah, Mr. Bungley, look for Alan.
Yeah,
say
look for me.
hi.
I'm somewhere in the middle of the front half.
He will be the tallest Asian in the room.
Yes.
I guarantee.
Believe me, there will be a lot of short Asians. That's great.
Yeah.
Dark Sith, member for 40 months. Slanted, is that Alan Ng's autobiography? Oh, hell no.
I don't know. Is it? Is it?
Like I said, I've never in my life have I ever uttered the words, I wish I was white.
We're gonna talk about that movie later. We will talk about that movie later. But
You guys,
and hey, a new member, Ria Me, thank you so much. Look at the members only videos. And
from Lord Thoth,
Thoth.
like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. One day we'll go back to Discord. Buy our merch, shop.filmthreat.com.
And this is your chance to get the very cap that I'm wearing now. The Oscars can suck it. You can break it out every Oscar season and wear the hat, the shirt, and we have other merch as well. So check it out. I am the person that orders a lot from that shop. So there you go. And
we're not on Discord because we don't have time. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and let me see. Tim is not funny. Don't pull that evil on Alan.
Yes. I will not do that. Okay, so a lot going on today. Let's get to our first news story. Are you ready, Alan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You're prepared?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to this. I'm gonna hop around on some of these because we've got a lot of films to review. I'll get to as many of these as we can.
Plus Starfleet Academy, the finale.
Okay. The real reason the bride bombed. The bride has, oh my God, I think it's been universally badly reviewed, just universally. And I saw this, and I really think this in a nutshell. I have been following Bill Holt. He calls himself Sir Bill Holt, but he pointed out something in an X post that is going viral that I think really just nails why. Opinion. Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride bombed, not just because it's an ugly and suck-ass movie. That's his opinion. But because women are tired of seeing themselves as the worst people on the planet. They're fed up with seeing themselves as soldiers, assassins, hitmen, monsters, anything that allows them to kill men with impunity. Check it out. A murdered woman is brought back to life. Does she become a school teacher or a nurse or try to raise a family? No, she immediately starts killing people, and not just any people, men. Women used to be thought of as the better angels of our nature, but under female empowerment, all they want is to be as awful as men can be. They don't come back and try to make themselves better for humanity. They come back for revenge. And before you say back from the dead for revenge is a standard horror trope, most men don't come back from the dead to kill women because mommy didn't love me enough. Fact, box office flatlined at 13 to 14 million worldwide because people, especially women, aren't buying the strong woman equals murderous rage trope if they ever did. And audiences voted with their wallets. Enough said. And I'll add something to it. You know what movies go over well with, and mostly men went to see The Bride, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Men went to see The Bride. But the kind of movies that go over well with women, frankly, let's just say it, is like Barbie and other movies like, say, I don't know, The Devil Wears Prada. In fact, The Devil's Wear Prada 2 is coming out with a popcorn bucket that is a purse. Can I predict something? Opening weekend box office of The Devil Wears Prada 2 will not only beat The Bride's total box office, it'll be number one that weekend. And you know who's going to go see it? Women. Are you going to get the popcorn bucket, Alan?
No, but let's take a poll as to whether Chris should buy it or not. So, Atomic Lori, if you can get a poll up. Chris,
Yeah, well, look, I follow Bill Holt, by the way, on X. He's got his takes. I mean, he's very verbose. He has a lot to say, and a lot of what he says rings true. And I thought,
and woke people don't like him.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's like we just started following each other, and I'm getting all these messages about him, and I'm like, screw that. Just let the guy speak.
Hey, the state of Asian representation, Alan, you probably have some insight into that.
Yes. It's not very good. Let's just say that.
Okay. Because I don't know. I have been watching Asian cinema since I was a kid. And we're going to review on the show today. We're going to review Slanted, which is,
let's just say you've been watching Asian cinema from Asia.
Yeah, from Asia. That's right.
Not Asian cinema from the US.
Well, the Slanted movie is coming out, and the director, Amy Wang, she was on a podcast and she had some things to say. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, Alan. But
Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels was definitely
let me start that over.
I think Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels was definitely a form of pride for me to have, like an Asian woman be a lead.
Yep, I agree with that.
Buster and be desirable, and she looks so fucking hot. She still does now, but I think that was a big moment for me. And I think Crazy Rich Asians was a really big moment too. A slew of incredible Asian American stories have come out in the last decade. That's been awesome to see the celebration.
Yep, she's right there.
Cool.
I think it's just so lovely to think that we get to be part of this community that we create for, and you're always going back and forth. I think a moment that always stands out to me is the first time I went to Sundance in 2020, and I just went to see Minari because there was just like an Asian boy in my pamphlet. I was like, oh, let me go see. That year was the first year I got to experience the magic of that film festival world, and I was my first lead, and then the whole cast came out, and it was so serendipitous. It felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be.
I think Lucy Liu and
here's something I want to point out, and we'll talk about it more in the review. We both saw Slanted, but the woman who directed it grew up in Australia, and she was the only Chinese person at her school. Australia, very white, where she went to school, and her experience in the movie is a vision of America that I don't even know where that is. Where it's
like the Midwest. It's definitely the Midwest.
Midwest-ish.
Yeah.
It's yet another
like
movie.
Indiana, kind of that area.
Yeah. But what is, we could listen to what I have to say. No one cares. I want to hear what you have to say about the state of Asian representation.
Yeah. Okay. So I was the only Asian kid in my school. And, it was, that's what you had to do in order to get out of Chinatown and into the rest of the world. And so, and for the most part, people were fairly nice to me. In terms of Asian representation, it is true. I mean, Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels was like, oh, never seen that before. And we're talking Asian Americans in American stories, not Asian movies from Asia. Right. And then Crazy Rich Asians. To me, I remember there was Joy Luck Club, which was great, and then this dry spell of nothing good, I should say. Yeah. And Crazy Rich Asians, I remember I told you I need to see this movie. You got a hold of Warner Brothers, got me into early screening, and I remember thinking to myself, if this holds true to what Americans do with Asians in movies, this is gonna be a horrible movie. And it was like, finally, they let us tell our stories. And then you get Everything Everywhere All at Once. You got Past Lives. It's getting better, but when you look, I will always say that whenever any other race like the Blacks and Latinos complain about representation, I always laugh because they're not Asian. And it's not that I need Asian representation, but for me, it's the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
You know, you only care about your group. And so when it comes to my group, you could care less. Definitely, yeah. I mean, but definitely from both groups. And I'm like most of us watching right now. I'm just tired of it. Tired of the discussion. Tired of this need to do it. I think what Crazy Rich Asians and Everything Everywhere All at Once had done was prove that Asians can make good movies, and it doesn't have to be about racism. It doesn't have to be about race. It just has to be a good story that people can relate to. And I can't say that about Latino movies, and I can't say that about Black movies.
Well, let me remind everyone, if you want to see Asian representation and you're an Asian working in film in any capacity, there is no barrier to entry to making an indie movie. You can raise the money, you can make the movie at any budget level, from very small to you can raise a lot of money. There is no barrier to entry. Now, Hollywood has barriers to entry.
Yes.
And there are people who approve budgets at all levels. But when it comes to indie film, nothing is stopping you. There's not one thing stopping you at all. So if you want to represent, make your film independent. Don't let rejection from Hollywood stop you from making a film.
In fact, if you are a person of color filmmaker, minority filmmaker, don't be lured by Hollywood. Chloe Zhao, Ryan Coogler, Taika Waititi, all of them ruined because of Marvel.
Right, and they all started. Every single one of those began as an indie filmmaker who made, like Chloe Zhao made this weird half documentary. I've seen it, half documentary narrative feature about a guy who rides horses, and it's a somber kind of thing. You're like, oh, she's got a real filmmaking eye. She was like, it was like kind of a doc, but she formed a narrative from it. Very small indie. That's how she began.
Yeah.
But they all get then seduced by Hollywood, and then the films become less authentic, which is the thing that you liked about their movies to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, the Eternals. I mean, she can never shake off the Eternals.
Yeah.
The other two happen to be women, but it's Celine's Song. We like Past Lives, and very surprised that Materialist, an all-white cast, was such a great movie. And then there's Adele Lim, who wrote Crazy Rich Asians, went on to do Joyride. She was also part of the Lasseter switchover. She was working with John Lasseter on Raya and the Last Dragon, and when he got fired, they just ruined it. And I think they soured her toward ever working for Disney ever again.
Hey,
read it in the D-Files.
Hey, did you know that only half of Americans went to a movie theater in 2025? This is really sad for me to see. I mean, I go to the theater, 3 times a week, minimum 3 times a week. And when I go, I'll often see more than one movie. I know you have the story from Variety, Alan. Let me bring it up here. But this is according to a Pew study. And look, the image they use is an empty movie theater with seats. Look at that. Oh, God. Alan, what's in this story?
Excuse me. A survey from the Pew Research Center found that 53% of U.S. adults saw a movie in theaters within the past year, while 7% said they have never been to a movie theater at all. The theatrical business is still rebuilding after the pandemic shutdowns. Ticket sales collapsed 81% in 2020 when theaters closed for months. 2025 tickets sold about $770 million in the U.S. and Canada. The peak year was $1.6 billion in 2002. 2025 box office revenue was just over $9 billion. The data from ComScore shows that revenue has improved since 2020, but remains around the 20% below pre-pandemic levels. Separate studies from the National Research Group found 77% of Americans ages 12 through 74 saw at least one movie in theaters in the previous year, suggesting moviegoers may be more common among younger audiences. Age is one of the biggest divides. 18 to 29, 66% of them went to a movie. 65 plus, only 40% went to the movies. Younger audiences remain the core theater-going demographic. People with higher incomes are also more likely to buy tickets. Upper income, 64% attended. Middle income, 57%, and then lower income, 43%. Movie theaters are still recovering, but not back to pre-pandemic levels. Audiences remain strongest among young adults and high-income audiences, while older and lower-income groups are less likely to go. Meanwhile, competing studies suggest theatrical movie-going may be healthier among younger viewers than some surveys indicate.
I think ultimately you've lost half the audience because you've vilified them in movies.
Mhm.
You've really vilified them, and they've been turned off.
Yeah.
Like we showed this X post from a woman who pointed out she's tired of the modern tropes. You know, when you see who the characters, the identity of the characters in films are, you kind of know where it's gonna go, and it's very disheartening. So I really think it's modern tropes that have killed
Mhm.
that, in addition to cost. Although I'll say this, and I'm not being paid anything. I have the AMC A list, and I love it. I can see 4 movies a week every week, and I do take advantage of that. I might eat too much popcorn. That's the danger for me. But you know, they've found ways to make it cost effective. Discount. It's now discount Tuesday and Wednesday. Not sure if you knew that, Alan.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So they've come up with ways to kind of get people back, but they have not come to the realization that the real reason they're not going is because of the product. We just did a story on the fact that in James Gunn's DCU, that the evil in nearly all the films are white supremacists. You know, middle America is the villain. Anything with an American flag is somehow looked on suspiciously. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I really think it comes down to the movies now. You can't point the finger at any other thing. And additionally, the economy. The economy, people, like, the first thing people cut out of the budget, you know, it's not Doritos, it's not grocery store. You're going to cut out entertainment because you've got plenty at home. You can watch Starfleet Academy if you want, or maybe don't waste your time. But because of streaming, because of costs, it's the first thing you just go, well, I'll go when there's something big. And that's what it takes now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Alan?
My thoughts. I mean, I think the first thing people will think is streaming killed the theaters, but that's not true. As you say, bad movies killed the theaters. The reason streaming is doing so well is people would rather not watch a bad movie in the theaters, and they'll wait for the bad movie to come out on streaming and watch it there. Well, they'll watch a half an hour of it and then quit. It's really easy. Movies made there are a few movies that made $1 billion last year. There are a few movies that made $500 million last year. Make those movies. Make more of those movies. F1 had no message. It was just pure damn fun. Avatar, sure, it had a message in it, but it was fun. Inside Out. No, I'm sorry. What? Zootopia 2. Just good old fun. People don't want to pay money to be preached at. I think that's what you're saying. They just want to be entertained and make them think about it a little bit. And I'll tell you, if you make a good movie, give something, make your audiences think about it after it's over, they'll come back and watch it over and over again. And even the small budget movies, those are the ones. You've got, there's a formula for the big blockbusters. Follow that. But the small movies, go ahead and risk a bit. Spend a lot less money on it. Spend $1 million on Pillion. It'll make money. So,
hey, The new Pixar head was in the news recently because he revealed that a gay subplot was he confirmed that a gay subplot was cut from the movie
I think what happened
Elio. And Pete Docter has turned up in an interview on a podcast where he addresses a lot of things. And he talks here on something I think is important. We should react to this. I want you to watch this, Alan. Check this out. Check this video out.
Happens is, at the beginning, we were just trying to tell funny stories that are compelling and engaging. And then what we found was people really praised us for the scenes where they were pulled in emotionally, or they would come out pontificating about something that we were like sort of loosely hoping people would get. And then at times we find ourselves overdoing that, that the films have to have some meaning and they need to say something.
Pete Docter's head.
You could sell ad space.
He looks like a Pixar character, or
I'm almost certain there are Pixar characters based off him.
Is this Ryan Kinnell's dad? I want to know. I will continue. I'm sorry.
Something. I think, to me, I guess where I've come to, it's a little like you want it to be candy on the outer surface. It's got to be bright and shiny and fun. And then when you get down in the middle, maybe there's some meat, some stuff that you would take home with you. But it can't be vegetables on the outside. It has to be candy.
What do you think of that? That's the Pixar philosophy. That makes so much. That was. I feel like they've gotten away from that, Alan. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got away from it. Think about the most memorable Pixar movies. Those moments, those things that said something. I mean, I always say that Toy Story 2 is my favorite Pixar movie. There are just so many moments of, it was as someone who collected toys for a long time, that movie resonated with me. The first 10 minutes of Up resonated with me. I'm not sure about the back hour and a half, but definitely those first 10 minutes, it grabs you. And the worst thing you want to do is when you start a movie with such a great opening, you don't want to lose them in the end by preaching to them. That's how you destroy goodwill. They're like every other studio, Pixar got infected. No, we got to have gay characters in it. We got to have explicitly gay characters in it. We got to have them kissing in it. Now we got to have a gay storyline. Like I said, or as you say, that's great for Disney Sparkle, but it's not great for Pixar in general.
I'm going to keep pushing my Disney Sparkle idea. I want to will that into existence because I want there to be proof the market is too small to be taken seriously.
Well, they have Disney Onyx. You're familiar with that?
No.
Disney Onyx is for Black creators and Black audiences. And you see their stuff come out on Hulu and things like that, but it's definitely pushed toward the Black audiences and not in general.
Well, a couple things. One, I think please do Disney Sparkle. Make all kinds of shows, movies, merch, whatever under that banner. Make it super authentically gay, and then you will see how big the market is. Secondly, were you aware there is in development a live action remake of Toy Story? Did you know that, Alan? Look it up.
No.
Yeah, there is.
No.
We'll talk about it. But I think they may be floating the idea. It's a terrible idea. So the humans would be people and then the toys would be CG computer.
You're replacing a photorealistic world with a realistic world.
I mean, look, worse things could be made. We know, we've seen it. One last news story before we get to our Oscar picks and then our reviews. The FBI warns of drone attacks, surprise attacks from Iran on California and at the Oscars. This is a crazy story. We don't really comment so much on politics only as it may say apply to movies. But we're at war with Iran. You can go to other channels that are more informed than ours about that. But the FBI has concerns there will be an Iranian drone attack targeting the West Coast. Security for the Oscars is on heightened alert after the FBI warned California law enforcement about a possible retaliatory Iranian drone attack targeting the West Coast. The LA County Sheriff's Department declined to comment on the memo, but said it remains at an elevated level of readiness. In a story on it's in everything, Variety, etc. I went to the Golden Globes once. I wasn't at the big show. I was on site where it happened, where there were all the after parties. The kind of security that I went through to get to where the Golden Globes was happening was insane. I've never, obviously we know we take our phones out of our pockets, anything metal, our keys, go through security, we get patted down. But the security for going to the Globes was nuts. I had to go to a parking structure where I left my car. I'm dressed in a tuxedo. I go through security at this parking garage to get a badge, wristband, and get on a shuttle to go to where the event is taking place. There are guys with machine guns. I mean, there are like guys that are scary security all over. I had to be funneled to another place to go through security again, same level after the bus ride, then go to the actual event where I was invited, which was the year that Ricky Gervais actually gave his famous speech, often clipped. So I'm sure that security at the Oscars to even get in the area where it takes place is difficult, but anyone can fly a drone. This is concerning. And this kind of terror coming to America from people who tend to use that, it's almost like part of the culture. Make of that what you will, is disheartening. I hope this is all, they're just being overly cautious. I don't know if you have any thoughts, Alan. I'd love to hear it, but I heard of high security, never heard of something like this.
Yeah, I mean they should heighten security, but my understanding, I could be wrong. I'll just set this up, but I could be wrong that when CNN reported that there's terror threats, imminent terror threats within the United States, I believe they only quoted one source as opposed to verifying through multiple sources. And I think the White House has basically said that CNN, when they produced that report, was basically fear mongering for some reason. At the same time, you don't want to be wrong. So yeah, you need to have increased security, especially for the Oscars. You're muted.
Yeah. It's disheartening, but we'll be watching live. So if anything happens, tune into the Film Threat YouTube channel. We'll have
someone got slapped the first time we did that, so who knows what happens this time.
We shall see. It's going to be a fun watch party. We shall see. Hey, let's do comments, then we'll do our Oscar predictions, then reviews. Show is going to be long today. Sorry, folks. Show is going to be long, but let's get to comments starting at the top. Alan, can you? I have to apologize. Okay. I have to apologize. We have increased. I don't know if you can notice here. We've increased the size of the font so Alan can read it. Let me know how he does.
Okay, so because I have to enlarge the screen, I can't select the comments. So Atomic,
I'll select them, Alan.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go through.
The Beast Unfiltered Outlaws for 5. Aloha, Frankie and Ing the Merciless. Just wanted to say, y'all helped inspire. This is not helping at all. Y'all helped inspire me to start my own YouTube channel /show with some friends. Remain blessed, gents.
That's great. Thank you so much, the Beast. Appreciate you being
Now,
here.
if you guys could use grammar check before sending them,
Oh,
that'd
forget
be
it. Don't
Jeff
bother.
Romantic's member for 26 months. Give me some more Asian movies like Hard Boiled.
Hell yeah.
Nick
Woo.
XH, member for 24 months.
Thank you, Nick.
John Thomas for 5. Alan Henry Cho had a great bit. Well, you ain't black. About why his license says white. LOL. He grew up in Knoxville. Great comedian. Yeah, I love Henry Cho. He's like one of the early comedians of the 80s boom of stand-up comedy. Ree and me for $4.99. Sad we don't get Asian action icons like we had, like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, etc. Bring back the Asian action hero.
Hell yeah.
Michelle Yeoh's not doing it for you. Jean Hu became a YouTube member.
Thank you, Sean Hu.
Oh, here we go. Rahu Ray for 40 rupees. Durindar 2 releasing next week. Watch the trailer. You never saw Durindar 1, did you?
Yeah. Well, you saw it, so we'll watch the trailer next week.
I mean, you should be on top of good movies.
I should.
John Thomas for 20. Chris 100%. I used to see at least one movie every weekend. Nut 2026, and I beyond destroyed that. I was perfect customer. Paid my money, suspended belief, and allowed myself to be entertained. They stole it from me, and I hate them for it.
I don't think even Hollywood knows. Thank you, John Thomas.
Yeah.
Very generous. I don't even think Hollywood knows that they've done this. You know?
No, there's this arrogance where they think we make great stuff. So, of course, you're going to watch it. If it weren't for you YouTubers, Jean Hu gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Oh, thanks.
Doc Possum, member for 14 months. Hey, Chris and Al, psyched to see Project Hail Mary next Friday. Oh, I'm not seeing it next Friday. I'm seeing it tonight.
Yeah. That's
you can
great.
come down to the Irvine Spectrum, but it's sold out.
And we have some select non-super because we have time. We'll go through.
Okay,
these.
John Smith. The Bride had the worst tendencies of forced down social commentary in film. It was didactic and in your face with the messaging. Nerd Archaeology. Hey, Chris Gore. Cyphex asked you to drop in my chat last Saturday. Thanks so much for dropping by. I hope you had a great night with your girlfriend. I
was at a concert and he texted me and I just dropped in and dropped a note. So yeah, of course. I'd have popped on if I wasn't there, but I was out with my girlfriend. So there you go.
Okay. 80 Ellis 24. Don't let Hollywood yuck your Asian yum.
Asian Yum is a series of, well, you can find it on, you know where to find it.
Aaron Jarman, it's the lack of good movies. 2025 was the year of the 8 out of 10 movie. 2026 isn't shaping up much better. We're in March, and there have been only 2 good movies so far, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree. And the studio made neither of them.
That's true. They're both indies.
CD Stein 69. Ironically, before you stream YouTube, played an ad for Sparkle paper towels.
I wonder if they're listening to our keywords.
Yeah, maybe.
It's funny.
Matthew Hammond for 5. Isn't it presumptuous to think anyone knows the Oscars is on this Sunday?
I think more people know about our watch party than the Oscars.
Robert Thompson Watson. Stevie Wonder could read that screen. Yeah, but Stevie Wonder is not dyslexic. He's just blind.
Alan, it's time for our Oscar predictions. We're going to go through everything and we'll tell you what we think. I've seen all of the Oscar shorts, animated, live action, documentary. And let's go through all the nominees and give you our predictions. A lot of people are looking at maybe changes in the race because of, say, recent comments from Timothée Chalamet. Although, let me just say those comments were kind of lame. And someone needs to edit together like that speech from Dune Part 2 at the, near the end, where it's all in subtitles. He's speaking in Fremen language, but have him talk about opera. Nobody cares. That was a non-controversy. It happened after voting was closed, and I don't think will affect anything.
Yeah, and opera and ballet are so popular.
And unlike most Oscar voters, Alan and I have actually seen all the movies, at least the Best Picture nominees. But let's start. This is from Rotten Tomatoes. Is there a better link we can go through to go to the nominees?
I mean, Oscar.com is probably the better one.
Oscar.com. Let me do that. I'm going to go to Oscars. It's oscars.org, actually.
Or whatever that is.
Yeah, oscars.org. I'm going to go there.
Yeah, don't go to the Academy Museum site because they'll kick you out.
Well, that happened to me. It happened to me. What can I say? But all right, I'm going to accept cookies because who cares? And then I'm going to go to where the nominees are. Oscars. Complete list. Here we go.
Okay.
Can you see that, Alan?
In a moment, I will. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We're going to go by what they've got here. Actor in a leading role. Who has it, Alan? Your guess.
Who has it?
Well, can I say there's qualification? Yeah. I believe there are you can have two picks. Here's the one that you think should win. Your passion. This is I would vote for this person where I'm voting. This is my pick. This is the best performance. Who will win is probably not that pick because it's based on politics, likability, traction. So, actor in a leading role, Alan, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're doing the two picks and based on events at the BAFTAs, my personal pick is Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. But I think Michael B. Jordan's going to win it.
Okay. My personal pick is also Blue Moon, Ethan Hawke. That performance that role is so challenging to be incredibly unlikable. And then you kind of win sympathy.
And to talk through 90% of the movie.
And I think for who is going to win, it's between Michael B. Jordan and Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be Michael B. Jordan.
I think so. I think the BAFTAs has skewed things because voting was still happening at that time.
Correct. So I think it's going to be Michael B. Jordan. I think Timothée Chalamet, he may in fact get a nomination for Dune Part 3. Who knows? Crazy things have happened. Let's go to actor in a supporting role and to let everyone know, Sean Penn is not going to the Oscars.
Yeah.
Weird.
This is a tough one. So my personal pick is Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein. I'm looking at this. I think Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro are going to split the vote, meaning it's probably going to Delroy Lindo.
I was going to say, I think Jacob Elordi should get it. That performance is amazing. Plus in makeup. Plus I want to see something go to a genre movie. But I think because of the BAFTAs and sympathy, Delroy Lindo, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm saying that gave him the edge. So yeah, Delroy Lindo supporting.
All right.
Let's go to actress in a leading role. Alan, go.
Jessie Buckley. Okay,
Jessie
personal
Buckley.
is Kate Hudson, but it's going to Jessie Buckley.
Now I got to give a shout out to Emma Stone. I mean, some people, I saw someone post on X like a picture of Emma Stone bald, and they said, "What happened to Emma Stone?" It's a still from Begonia where they show her head being shaved in the movie. And it was it the director shaving her head? Anyways, like in close up. I mean, but she's won before. They're saying that Emma Stone is like this generation's Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And I would actually agree. She is great, even when the movie is not so great. Kate Hudson, I thought that performance is so great. That movie surprised us.
By the way, Kate Hudson repeated history for the Oscars. It is the second time a mother-daughter duo have Oscar nominations. The first being Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Both Judy and and what's her mother's? Not her mother, but her stepmother.
Liza Minnelli. What are you talking about?
Kate Hudson's stepmother, who's
I don't know.
I remember her. Why can't I remember her? From
Chat.
from.
Okay, you made your point. Jesse
Okay, go. Let's go. Move on.
Jesse Buckley is gonna take it.
Yeah,
hands down. That one is a lock. Actress in a supporting role.
Yeah. Both the same. Amy Madigan.
Yeah, Amy Madigan, without question. I didn't even know that was Amy Madigan in the movie, but I will say maybe Tiana Taylor from One Battle. I mean, she's won at other award shows, so we'll see. This no debate, and no second choice. Alan, what's
K-pop Demon Hunters, and I can't believe Arco is on this list. I can't believe Elio is on this list.
There's a lot of movies on this list. Arco, Elio don't even deserve to be here, but K-pop Demon Hunters will win.
I mean, Bad Guys 2 should be on this list over those two.
Animated short film.
You're on this one.
I've seen all these movies, and the animated shorts were, as usual, the best of all these films. The two films that stand out that are worth seeking out to see is, well, maybe three. Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan. It's really between two, Retirement Plan and The Girl Who Cried Pearls. The Girl Who Cried Pearls is stop motion animated, beautiful story. It's about the power of storytelling. That's my pick. Retirement Plan, really great short, worth seeing as well. But the animated shorts I went and saw, so great. They were all really good. Those were the two. The Girl Who Cried Pearls is my pick. So if you're doing an Oscar pool, choose that or Retirement Plan. You'll have the edge. Best casting. This is a new award.
Yeah.
I know exactly who it's going to.
I mean, I'm going to say Sinners.
Yes, Sinners.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Would I put Marty Supreme over this one?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. It's going to be Sinners all the way.
Yeah.
Next, cinematography. And it's going to be Sinners.
It'll be Sinners. And that's my top pick as well.
So it'll be, I don't know if it's the first time, but it'll be at least, I don't remember a female cinematographer, Autumn Durald Arkapow.
You know what's interesting though is
I don't know, is it
you wouldn't have known that the cinematographer of Sinners was female unless someone told you.
It doesn't.
I know that's my point. Is
it doesn't matter.
At least they had the integrity to not promote it that way. You know,
I haven't seen in any promotion female cinematographer, just cinematographer.
I'm just saying it says something about the team when they're confident in the cinematography that they don't need to throw in, hey, by the way, she's female.
And some very deserved, but I got to say, Sinners was at the top of my list. I didn't know who did the cinematography.
Right. But I think it'll win. Train Dreams is probably going to be if it gets upset, it'll be Train Dreams.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be Sinners all the way. Costume design.
I mean,
okay,
Avatar.
I want to say some of the, Frankenstein, I get it. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. Why is Avatar on this list for costume design?
Oh, I know. Because they knew they couldn't put one battle after another in this category.
Kind of crazy. It's going to be Sinners, I think. I think Sinners takes this. Maybe Hamnet has a chance, or Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's between those three. I mean, if we're gonna bank on the Sinners run, or taking it away, yeah, we can go that way.
The best thing that happened to the movie Sinners is at the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
The BAFTAs N-word debacle actually are giving them the sympathy vote. And I mean that, not I'm saying it didn't deserve it, but it's like some of these are so close. It's like costume design. I don't know. Hamnet, Frankenstein, Sinners. Well, Sinners is top of mind because it's in the news.
Well, and quite frankly, I would rather Sinners win than one battle after another.
Yeah, for sure. Directing. This is a big one. It's really between two, Paul Thomas Anderson and Ryan Coogler. Now, Paul Thomas Anderson, a lot of people speculating he's going to get it for his career, but I think it's going to Ryan Coogler.
Okay.
Alan?
So we're going for the center sweep here. It seems like.
I
mean, I don't disagree with you.
No, I'm saying, as you look at the categories, we're going through the reasoning in our heads. It kind of feels like it.
Yeah. I mean, again, we've been saying it over this year. There's only 2 movies that really matter, and that's Sinners and One Battle After Another.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Ryan Coogler.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's going to be Ryan Coogler for sure. So, okay. And let's go to documentary feature film.
Oh, yeah. Perfect Neighbor. The Perfect Neighbor.
You say Perfect Neighbor. Everyone's saying that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I just didn't. Yes, I hear you. The Alabama Solution is I'm not saying it's not deserved. I'm saying Alabama Solution is, I think, bigger in scope. Perfect Neighbor is sort of one situation. Alabama Solution is about the whole how I really love that movie, and the way it was shot. Was shot by prisoners.
Right.
So
I was okay with the movie.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'll be a contrarian. I'll pick Alabama.
Well, I think The Perfect Neighbor is the most unique documentary I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Also, the editing. I mean, it deserved the editing award.
Yeah. And again, I'll say, to be a contrarian, I'm going that.
It's an engaging story as well.
Documentary short. I've seen all these shorts. And it's gonna go one of two ways. I've seen these shorts. I know what they're about. All the Empty Rooms, which is a short film on Netflix, is about a journalist and photographer who document the empty rooms after like school shootings. All the kids, the parents, like they don't touch their kids' rooms. They leave it preserved at like messy, dirty laundry. They
left it the way it was.
It's a thing that parents do as a way to deal with their grief. They leave their kids' rooms untouched, and journalist comes in, talks to the parents, and he makes a book about all these empty rooms. It's on Netflix. It is amazing. That would be my pick. I'll tell you briefly about the other picks. Armed Only with a Camera, The Life of and Death of Brent Renaud. He's a journalist who was killed in combat. Really great doc short about his life, documented by his brother. Children No More Weren't Gone is about Palestine. It's filmed in Israel. That could get the edge. That could win because of the subject matter. It didn't in the best way show both sides of that conflict. I wish it did, but I think because of current times, that one could win. The Devil is Busy is about an abortion clinic and the people who go to the abortion clinic.
That'll win. That'll win.
I'm saying the subject matter is the reason it'll win.
Yeah.
And Perfectly Estrangedness was a weird thing about animals, not going to win. It's either All the Empty Rooms or Children No More Weren't Gone.
It's The Devil is Busy.
And Are Gone. Or The Devil is Busy. But my pick is All the Empty Rooms. It's on Netflix now.
Okay.
And worth seeing. Doc short. Film editing.
F1.
Nominees. Well, I want it to be F1.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to end up being Sinners or One Battle After Another because people get caught up. My personal pick, F1. What's going to win? Probably One Battle or Sinners.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, F1, the race scenes and the scenes featuring the main characters were shot a year apart.
Amazing.
I mean, to me, that's editing.
International feature film.
The Secret Agent.
Yeah, it's going to be Secret Agent. A lot for the performance too.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
and the two-headed cat.
And I would recommend us. I did not like Sentimental Value from Norway. I know people are trying to pick that. I like Surat too. Very weird. Also worth seeing in the theater. Just we reviewed that one. So live action short. I have also seen.
Yeah.
All of
By the
these.
way, I've seen one, and that's Jane Austen's period drama. And not
In
only
fact-
that, Jane Austen's period drama is an award this winter for best short.
Yeah,
Particularly.
like it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
It won at award this, and I'll say that's my pick. It's funny. It's the only one of these. The Singers is actually really funny as well.
Yeah.
Fred and Dorothy, that's a no. Butcher Stain, that's a no. Two People Exchanging Saliva was one of the weirdest art film things. I think it's between these two. Jane Austen's period drama, very funny, and
Yeah.
The Singers. I quite like that one.
Yeah. I mean, Jane Austen's period drama is a bloody hilarious movie.
Blood is a part of it.
Okay.
Makeup and try to see that
Coco.
movie. It's got to be online somewhere.
Coco.
Makeup and hairstyling. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
It's probably, it could even be there could be something weird come out of here, like the Smashing Machine or the Ugly Stepsister.
I mean, the Smashing Machine, the makeup and hair is elaborate. I mean, it was not an easy thing for Dwayne Johnson to do. Frankenstein, it's between those two, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree. But
it's going to go to
Singers,
Frankenstein, though. I don't think.
I
Smashing
hope
Machine's gonna win.
I hope it goes to Frankenstein. But if it goes to Smashing Machine, it'd be cool to see The Rock go up there.
Mhm. Well,
He
didn't do anything. The music, what has?
I'm picking.
Sinners.
Yeah, my personal pick, Begonia. I listened to that soundtrack relentlessly. It's a great soundtrack. You can find it. I'm going with Begonia.
I'm gonna go with Sinners. Going for the
Okay.
sweep here.
Fair. Music original song.
Golden.
That's easy. Golden. Yeah. K-pop Demon Hunters is winning twice. Bank on it. And now we get to let's
go do that one last. You have to go back to
Yeah.
it.
So production design.
Personally, Frankenstein.
Probably going Sinners. Probably going Sinners.
Yeah.
Sound.
F1.
F1 sound. Visual effects. I'm gonna say F1.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
go to Avatar again.
Yeah, I might go to Sinners, but I say F1. Writing adapted screenplay. Hamnet, easy. Out of these nominees, I mean, look, I'd love to see Begonia win, or Frankenstein, or Train Dreams. It's
Yeah.
going Hamnet.
Honestly, you're probably right, but I think Train Dreams has a. I think it's a close second with Train Dreams.
Okay. Writing original screenplay.
Sinners.
It's going to be Sinners. I would like to see Blue Moon, but it's going Sinners. Okay, back up finally to Best Picture, right? And there's 10 of them, so we can't even put them on the screen at the same time.
But we all know what it's going to be. It's one of two movies.
It's one of two movies, one battle after another, or Sinners. I think Sinners.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, honestly, I think the BAFTAs pushed it over.
Yeah, the debacle at the BAFTAs is pushing this over the edge. And that's what it's going to be. Let's go to some comments about this. Then we have film reviews. And then Lynn Shaye and the director of Scared to Death are coming on at 10:30 in 30 minutes. And then we'll keep doing reviews until we finish all the films. So show's going long today, folks. Are you okay with that?
We're going long.
Yeah, we'll do it live and long.
All right. The
towel of the grid.
You're mixing the O's together. The towel of the grid. Artist Jacqui for $4.99. Do you guys have any recommendations for psycho thrillers, mind-bending movies, or any type of movie with a weird twist ending? Begonia.
Artiste Jacqui. You got to see Begonia. Amazing. Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Yeah.
And see Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
But good luck, have fun, don't die fits in the category as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oliver for $9.99. I want Train Dreams to win Best Cinematography. The curation of natural light is something truly special, and it will probably go to Sinners based solely on the fact it was shot in IMAX.
Fair.
No.
Yeah, fair. Thanks, Oliver.
But yeah, no artificial light in Train Dreams. Nutty Scroll for 5. How does seeing a movie for a second time generally affect your opinion of a movie for both of you?
Well, I'll say this. I have changed my opinion on movies based on second viewing. A lot of times it's like, I really like that film. I'm going to go see it again. And I'll see a movie that bugged me. The first time I saw Oppenheimer, the way it cross-cut between time periods really bugged me. Upon second viewing, I really grew to love Oppenheimer and then saw it several more times after. So I'll say it can improve my opinion. I can also have the opposite effect. For example, when I first saw Superman, James Gunn's Superman, I was like, well, that was okay, better than I thought. I saw it a second time. I was like, wow, I don't like this.
Yeah, I can think of two movies where it changed me in the positive direction. One was The Holdovers. I remember seeing it the first time, and it was at home. But it wasn't until I saw it in the theater that I realized how great that movie is. The other one is last year. It was the Kieran Culkin, the Jesse Eisenberg. What movie was that? About visiting their home.
Oh, I forget. It was a great movie.
Yeah, that one. I really didn't like it the first time. I saw it at Sundance on my television, and because I had to see it again a few more times, that movie really grew on me to where it's like, yeah, that's a really good movie. But in terms of in general, it's rare that I lessen my opinion after a second viewing. Matthew Hammond, member for 24 months. Was Russ the last mentioned female photographer?
Cinematographer. Well, she didn't get a nomination. She did not get to complete the film, but yeah, maybe one that's in your awareness.
Yeah, the last time we talked about a female cinematographer.
Yeah.
Killer Mike G for 2. Hot take: Brad Pitt should win Best Actor, not Mike B.
I would love that.
No.
Thank you for that soup.
Matthew Hammond, remember to recommend The Coffee Table.
Yes, that's a great. I don't know about a twist ending, but it's got a twist. Really worth.
Yeah, it has a twist beginning, and then it plays out. Techniques. Are we sure the Tourette's guy didn't yell out "sinners," and it was just a misunderstanding?
How much do you want to bet there'll be a joke about the Tourette's guy at the Oscars?
If the Oscars are smart, they would invite the Tourette's guy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Patrick Lemire, the In Memoriam will be crazy awkward with Conan hosting. I think they may break decorum and standing O for Reiner. Great director, hated Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, they said that the In Memoriam is extended this year. So it'll be longer than usual.
Yeah.
Tom Siebert, Linda will win. 2 people have told me Penn is dead, but I don't believe it. The propaganda flying around is insane.
Penn is dead? Like actually dead?
No, I think he's saying that's the rumor.
That's crazy. Well, we'll tune in for our Oscar show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, Alan, we have a lot of films to review, so let's get to it. Some of these are going to be short. Some you have seen and I have not. Some I have seen and you have not. Let's start with Dolly. Alan, did you see Dolly?
No. Look at that picture. Of course I didn't see Dolly.
Yeah, okay. Dolly is a horror film. It's about a guy named Chase and his girlfriend Macy. They go on a hike in the woods, and he has the intention to propose to her. When they encounter a weird figure, someone in a doll mask, they see dolls in the forest. What's going on? This is weird. Then a guy shows up in a doll mask and attacks Chase and disfigures him. He's left for dead, and Macy is taken away to Dolly's home, where she is tortured for hours on end. We completely forget about Chase. and we come back to him. Chase, by the way, is played by Sean William Scott. He's disfigured in a way that is so horrific. If I describe this, you're going to cringe from the description. His part of his mouth is like hanging off his face, chopped, and it's like he's just looks horrific, and he's crawling toward the house to try to save his girlfriend Macy, who he then plans to propose to. The ring plays a part in it. This is a old school horror film that looks as if it's shot in the 70s or 80s. It's got that grainy look, very much inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, the first one. It's gritty, it's gross, it's cringe, and I mean, from the gore effects, it's uncomfortable. There are twists as Macy tries to escape her home, the home that she's trapped in. She discovers that there are maybe other people there that are being held captive. Obviously, I won't tell you anything more than that or how it plays out. Sean William Scott is great in this. But I'll tell you this. This is like for horror fans that are fans of gore and fans of like old school horror. I do think the sort of the trope, which has now become a thing, of a killer in a mask with wearing a creepy mask, it's kind of getting tired. And there are more movies coming out in this genre. We've kind of seen that kind of thing before. Even though I've seen this before, I enjoyed it while I watched it. I can't recommend this unless you're a really, really hardcore fan of hardcore horror. This does sort of check off all the boxes and hit the beats of the things you would expect. And I won't go into the ending, obviously, but Sean William Scott really deserved a lot for his performance in this. So it's a recommend for fans of hardcore gore and horror.
Well, based on your review, I'm not seeing this movie.
And that's a fair thing to do.
Oh my God. They said the killer at the end is Stifler's mom.
That would be funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, from Jean Hu for 742. I have trouble getting friends to come with me to theaters these days. Yeah, my daughter is included in that. Even for movies recommended by Film Thread, F&T, etc., it can be discouraging.
Yeah, I hope you saw Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. You know what? That's a fair thing for people to say. It makes me sad, but true. Let's go to more couple. We're gonna limit comments because we have so many films to review. But there you go.
Yeah. Texafire, Dolly was great. Was great best horror film this year so far. In the vein of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 70s vibe, grandiose film, must see. Watch your nipples.
Oh my God. Hey, thanks, Texafire. Yeah, look. I can say that, like, I would recommend it if you like that kind of horror. I love, like, old school horror. This is very old school. I hope they release it on VHS. But yeah, Texafire, you're right.
Darth Yeager, I'm a horror fan who likes gore, and also Alan.
Fair. Thanks, Darth Yeager. What should we review next? How about something you saw that I didn't? Reminders of him?
Reminders of him, yes.
Are you ready, Alan? You do that.
Yeah. Well, I should say that for Reminders of Him, this is a Colleen Hoover movie, not directed or edited by Blake Lively. If you've seen the trailer, it's exactly the trailer, which is not a bad thing. But Micah Monroe plays Kelly Rowan, who has come back to her hometown after spending 7 years in prison. She can't get a job because of her record. Also, the reason she's back at home is because she has a daughter, and the daughter is being raised by the grandparents. The reason she went to prison was because she murdered her husband. And at the time, she didn't know she was pregnant. And so she had to give birth in jail. And not only did she give birth in prison, but the moment the baby came out, they took the baby away. And she had never gotten a chance to hold the baby. And as she is warned in prison, are you going to let that spur you to live, or are you going to take that and die? And so she decides she's going to go back home and try to reconnect with the daughter. Problem is the grandparents want nothing to do with her. They haven't even told the daughter who her mother is, anything about her mother, and not even the fact of her parents, what the fate of both her parents. The daughter is also being raised by the best friend of the husband, a guy named Ledger, and he is the best friend, and he's the one who stops Kenna from going to the house and visiting. He recognizes her, and he sweeps her away, says you cannot come back. In fact, the parents give a restraining order to keep her from going back. But what happens throughout the movie is we get the full picture. We go through flashbacks, understanding what happened to her in prison, also what happened with the accident, also moments with the boyfriend, the husband, and what ultimately Reminders him becomes is a story about forgiveness. And to me, this is the reason to see the movie. I really like this movie. It's a little bit, it's sappy as you'd expect it to be, but it really is a restrained sappiness. It really focuses on this idea of forgiveness. Micah Monroe plays Kenna with such great empathy. We understand. She's a mother who can't see her daughter. We connect with that right there. She's also a person who was, I wouldn't say falsely accused of the crime, but probably got a punishment not commensurate with the actual crime itself. And now she's fighting to be with her daughter. And then you have the best friend who, even though he's trying to push her away and get her not to visit the daughter, they build a relationship. Whether it turns romantic, it's up to you. But he plays that person who starts to see Kenna as the person she really is. So I give this a recommendation. I wouldn't say high, but good enough to where, to me, stories about forgiveness and redemption are few and far between. And this one plays it very well. So a feel-good movie in the end.
Alan flipped me. I'll see it. Says Tim's not funny. Super here.
All right. The Tao of the Grid. I think Sean William Scott was underrated in Southland Tales. In fact, I think the whole movie was underrated. Richard Kelly rocks.
Well, thank you, the Tao of the Grid. Appreciate you. So,
you know the O in your name, by the way.
That's okay. Hey, let's talk about Undertone, Alan. Undertone is a new film from A24. We interviewed the author of the book about the history of A24 and how they pick unusual movies. This is a horror film, but hey, it's A24. So it's going to be kind of weird. Let's get into it. It stars Nina Kiri. She plays a woman called Evie. She has a friend, or wait a sec. Is she let me start over. I don't know who the.
See, what you should do is you should have the IMDb page.
I do have it. And I'm like, this is weird. Okay. This info may be wrong on the internet. Is it? Okay. Anyways, let me start this over. You know how to clip this. Undertone stars a young woman who is a podcaster. She has a podcast where she explores mysteries with her co-host, Justin, who is not on site. They dial up, they do the show together, and it's all about murder mysteries. Well, Justin receives a weird email that came into the show with 10 audio files. And there's something strange going on in these audio files. Is someone being murdered? Are there spirits? If you play it backwards, are people saying something? They begin to listen to these files one by one to try to determine what is the mystery that's happening. And hang on a sec. You know what? I'm pissed off. This I got to start this over because
What?
I don't know who stars in this movie. I'm being serious. There are two actresses
Okay.
that look exactly alike. And then, yeah, this is a first.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. And also, I'm dealing with the Film Threat website is down. I'm not sure if you are aware of this, Alan. The website's down.
Yeah.
Sent you an email this morning.
Yeah, no, I just saw the email. So.
Okay, so we're dealing with some stuff.
Okay, so it stars Nina Kiri and Adam DeMarco.
Because some people are on camera.
Okay, so I'm on the A24 website. Those are the two actors.
Okay. Okay, we're dealing with the website being down too, which is the thing. So who does it star?
It's Nina Kiri and Adam DeMarco.
Okay.
According to the A24 website.
Okay, let's do this again. Let's do this again, Alan. This is why you tune into the live show for the on-camera mistakes and all the messed up stuff that happens.
Yeah, and I did say I was gay. All right.
This is why you tune in to live, folks. But let's talk about the movie Undertone. It's in theaters now. It's from A24. I love horror, but in particular, when A24 does horror, they do it differently than a lot of people. So let's talk about Undertone. It stars Nina Kiri as a woman named Evie. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And she is a podcaster who does a podcast about mysteries. She has a co-host who dials in, just a disembodied voice, Justin. They received an email to the podcast. They have 10 audio files that have weird sounds. You get like backwards. They start doing things like playing old childhood songs backwards that have hidden meanings throughout history. They go down this weird rabbit hole. Evie lives at home alone with her mother, who is in hospice currently. So has this hanging over her head. Her mother, she's taking care of her mother in hospice at home and kind of doing her podcast on the side. This mystery begins to unfold, and Evie's in the house alone. Other than her mother, there are no other actors in this movie. And her mother is in a coma. So the person who carries the whole movie is Nina Kiri, and as the character Evie, and she's there by herself with her mother dying and listening to, and the way that this movie should get an Oscar nom for best audio, because once she puts like that, she puts on her headphones, it's like it goes to a different world. The sound kind of sucks into, and when you hear this audio and they play with the audio trying to figure it out, the tone is fantastic. This movie, it really is a slow burn. I don't mean that it's boring, a slow burn. And the audio, I saw it at the Dolby Cinema. You are enveloped with the audio. I mean, it is all around you. And I'll just say, this movie is going to divide people. You are either going to love it or hate it, and I'll tell you why. It reminded me of the Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project had a very controversial ending. People either bought into it and loved it, or they hated it. I feel like this did what Blair Witch was trying to do in some ways better than Blair Witch. And Nina Kiri is a phenomenal actress. She carries the movie is she's the only actress other than her comatose mom, only actress in the movie, and it takes place in a house. They never leave the house. And you might think that that's kind of claustrophobic. Well, yeah, it is, but it works. So, and the audio near the second half, it just escalates with what's happening. I really enjoyed it. So I recommend Undertone. It's definitely an A24 horror film. If when you do see it, make sure to see it somewhere where the sound is amazing. I don't think it's in IMAX, but there are Dolby cinemas. See it there. Recommend for Undertone.
How authentic was the comatose mom's performance?
Well, she was in a coma the whole time. It was very authentic. Let's go to comments.
Yes, I'm pretty sure she researched it too. MK Solid, these new concept horror movies are the only original things that Hollywood rolls out anymore. It's funny how it's horror that puts out these new concepts.
Yeah, well, I really liked it. So there you go. Sorry, Alan, I am distracted by
Yes, I know you are.
Our current situation. I sent you a frantic email this morning.
Yeah.
Did we get to Slanted?
Yeah, we okay. Just checking the time. I noticed a guest showed up. Yeah, Slanted.
Oh, wait. Okay, let's actually not do this. Let's go to our guest. Let's go to our guest. Let's do that. Our guest is early. We appreciate that, but let's do it. Brian, we're ready to go. We are ready to go.
Let's do it.
Are we ready? And then we're going to, okay.
Well, I think Brian is the publicist.
Okay, Brian, let us know when the director shows up, and then we'll begin the interview. And admonish him for being late. Lynn Shaye, always the first on set. Always the first.
Well, technically, we're early. So,
well, early is on time. So, okay, let's just do it.
Okay, we can do it.
Let's just do it. If the director shows up, we'll do it. You ready? Okay. Hey, we love to tell you about indie movies, and we have actress Lynn Shaye. She is a legend. Here to talk about her film, Scared to Death. Hey, Lynn, how are you?
Good morning. I'm very good. I'm glad to be here, and thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy about that. It's all is well.
And you're early.
I am early. I get ready. I mean, I always am a little feel very responsible about everyone who invites me in, and I want to make sure I don't screw them up. So I'm happy to be on time and early.
Well, we hope director Paul Boyd joins. He's supposed to join us, but we have you here early, and we're so happy you're joining us here. Before we talk about Scared to Death, you have had the most amazing career, incredible career, and I don't know that I can think of you've ever played a director like you did in Scared to Death. It's the first time you're playing a director on camera. I'm just trying to think, like, did you bring anything to the role of playing a director from directors you've worked with?
Not really. I realized I play victims a lot. And so it was kind of a welcome opportunity to play someone who's in charge of other people, but yet to still maintain the vulnerability that I think all people who control other people still have. I mean, they have to put that aside in some way to perform often as the authority. And I didn't really, so the one thing I brought, I think, to the role that was not really there was leather.
Oh, that's right.
Which is really true. I mean, because we first talked about it, and we had me as a studio head, and I had a white shirt and like a kind of man's jacket. I feel like these women have to tap into their masculine side a little bit in an authority position, because that in our society is still women are still considered the weaker sex. I mean, they're all going to probably kill me for saying that, because it's not true. We all have things to provide and give to our work and to other people, but there's a strength that still comes, I think, from men. That's just different. We're built differently. So I asked Paul. First, we had me kind of, as I said, in sort of a suit, just a regular suit. And I thought, oh, what about a little more fun? Let's make her kind of into leather. We don't know. We never really discuss her sex life, but we do see. It gives you sort of a sense of who she might be. That I think is a little bit different. So that was one element I brought. I think to the character, and I think it works. It was fun also to find some cool. Sense of sort of swagger that she might not have had otherwise, because wardrobe does provide you with elements of character that I think are important.
Well, I would, my philosophy is I don't consider females the weaker sex. I think men and women have different strengths.
I think you're right about that.
And they complement each other.
And they complement each other. So, and hey, speaking of directors, Paul Boyd is here.
Yay! I was early, Paul. Sorry.
No, I was like, well, the early bird catches the worm. I love that.
There you are. We were just talking about Lynn kind of shaping the role as a director in this film. And what did you guys work together on, like how her character would be playing a director? And Lynn pointed out she's mostly played victims in movies.
No, you know what it was when we decided, when Lynn kind of chose the role, we were going a different direction. Lynn said, I don't want to play this role. I want to play this. And this is how I'm going to play it.
Because it was supposed to be a man, correct?
It was remember, it was, I don't want to play the sidekick. I kind of cast it the wrong way. And Lynn stepped in and said, no, I need to be this character. And then that shifted everything. And Lynn ended up writing most of her own dialogue. I mean, she was so involved in every step of this that it made it easy for me. And no, I didn't direct her how to be a filmmaker. She's been doing that her whole life. I mean, so it was easy, and she just took the role with gusto. I'm so glad that change happened. It made a big difference and it made us lean more into comedy too.
I've got the trailer queued up here for those that aren't aware of the movie. It actually opens in theaters this weekend. So let's take a look at the trailer, and then we'll go more questions. Hang on. Here we go.
Action. The Grog is back in his new feature film.
Use the back of your throat like you do when you yell at women.
If I were to set up a real seance, do you think you could get the Grog to attend?
Count me in. The Grog loves an adventure.
This place looks perfect for the film. Are there any stars in the movie you're making? Gregory Grogstone. The Grog? Are you an actor or are you a pervert? Are you kidding me?
I am not a pervert. I am the Grog.
Grog is a legend. I am such a big fan. I've seen all of your movies. Appreciate you, bro. I've seen a few of his films. Who hasn't? He's made like 200.
I was in a film once called Blood of the Orphan.
Grog? Now is not the time. Weren't you in that one porno?
Well, I'm going in. Action's my middle name. Babes in Grogland?
Yeah!
What is that?
Seance. That was my idea.
Would you just stop being a big baby?
I quit.
All right, wait.
I'm not telling you, demons!
Yeah! This has never happened, Felix!
Where are the children?
Oh no, it's the Grog.
This is all craziness in our heads!
Great trailer.
Perfect day to release the film, Friday the 13th.
The 13th, right.
All right.
And you can see from a seance gone wrong. Did you, and you shot this movie at this iconic house in God, what's that? The Altadena area. There was a little gathering there. I show it was awesome. We talked at the house. Lynn, tell us what it was like to choose that location and work at this house.
Paul?
Go ahead, Lynn.
Well, I was just going to say, in choosing the location, that was your doing. I mean, I think this house has a history, though, of being haunted. I mean, and all these history, these venues that have that kind of reputation, they have them for a reason. I mean, they're really, it's hard to know what really is out there and how real demons are and all this, all this stuff we make movies about. But I think when you experience the vibe of a venue, it's really true that you really feel something different. And that house does have history. I mean, and you can't deny that, whether you believe or don't believe. And I think it was very helpful in creating the feel of the film. And we were there the other day for a little gathering, and even walking up those steps, these crickety old steps. And the steps are probably the real steps. I mean, I don't think we redid them or anyone particularly redid them. And it's weird when you walk in a little bit, because you do get a little bit of a chill, and whether it's in your mind or not, who knows? We still don't know those answers, I don't think.
And they shot so many movies there, so many horror movies specifically. It was the perfect venue for us. It had the attic, it had the basement. I mean, it had everything. When we walked in, I couldn't believe it. All the furnishings. And then our producer, Eric, he lives 5 minutes from there. And I was like, the only reason you picked this bloody house is because it's round the corner. And but yeah, it was a bit of a drive out there every morning, but that was good too. I got to listen to music, relax for half an hour, and then jump into it. But no, Lynn's right. The house has an energy, right? It's just, you just feel it when you walk in there.
Now, before we go to questions from our audience, we have over 1,000 people watching live.
Wow.
Did you do a seance as part of like research or get to the mood or like a bonding exercise?
In the film, well, for real, we got together.
I'm saying like before the film at all. Or?
No, can you imagine? Okay, everyone, we're going to have a proper seance. That's kind of the whole conceit of the movie. No, we didn't do that. We sat down and rehearsed it, and But when I grew up as a kid in Scotland, we had Ouija boards. We were doing that all the time as little kids. Scotland's all about myth and legend, and I mean, our national animal is a fucking unicorn. Think about that, So I grew up wrapped in all of that, witches and warlocks, and so it was second nature to me. But no, we didn't do one. Maybe we should have, Lynn. Maybe the film would never have happened. We'd conjure some evil spirit.
Really, I mean, the supernatural. Listen, we don't know anything. We really don't. I think pretty much everyone has had some kind of a moment where you went, "What the f is that?" It's like, what just happened? And I mean, a lot of it you can't explain, so I think you have to, I choose to believe in everything because I don't know anything. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what's true. And there were moments, I have to tell you, in the attic, because I was not in the basement, although I saw what was going on in the basement. But the attic itself is really hot. You walk up these really crickety little tiny stairs. And there was a bed that we had in there, and that was where we shot the little Ring Around the Rosie with the kids and stuff. And part of you stays, okay, yeah, I'm an actress, and I'm in this place, and this is the set we're working on. And then for a minute, you be quiet, just shut up for a minute, and sort of it gives me chills still, even to talk about it. There is something that we don't know, plenty we don't know, and I think when you open yourself up to it, you should have good intentions. I feel like it's important you honor something we don't understand. And I think if you tamper with it, you're asking for problems, that I'm not saying the house is going to fall down, but you'll get a sense of disquiet that's very unnerving, actually. And so I'm always very, listen, I've done these Insidious movies too, which also deal with the supernatural. And, so I hope I'm in good stead with them. I try to be respectful and to answer the questions in the film that need to get answered and the character questions that need to be answered. But I try to maintain a real respect for what we're dealing with.
Before we go to our audience questions, we have a lot of comments and questions for you guys. I have to ask about Bill Moseley, which I think is also a legendary actor. Tell me about working with him. Love him in so many things.
I mean, Bill is Bill. You know, he's so great. He brings so much to the table because he just has this kind of, especially for us, because I think he's so funny. Not even in the movies he's been in before, he just has this humor to him. He has this kind of personality that just is. He's funny to me. So when we brought him in, it was it's a change of role for him too, usually, which was a great challenge. It's interesting because some people said, "Oh, it's a change of role for Lynn." I'm like, "Well, have you seen Kingpin and Something About Mary?" I mean, Lynn's done it all. It's interesting what you were saying about the house and believing, because I bought a house 20-something years ago, and the day before we moved in, the guy said it was haunted. Wow. And all my kids, my wife saw it. I never saw it. I would walk up around at night looking in mirrors, and so it was believing is seeing. That's kind of where the concept of the film came from, and it's exactly what Lynn is talking about. It depends whether you're tuned into the frequency or not, I think.
Let's go to our audience with questions. Alan, I'll pop them up on screen.
Yes. The Tao of the Grid. Loveland Shaye, you've always been a legend.
Yeah.
Always. Yes. Fun with collecting. She's been in so many movies for so long. Always a treat to see her. Awesome. She's her. She's here.
Here I am with my phone ringing. I don't know how to turn it off.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'll just put it in the back there.
All right, Lord Thoth, that looks effed up nice. A lot of comments here. We got to get some questions. Here we go. ADLs24 wants to know, Lynn, you are also a producer on this picture. When did you take on that role in the production? Was it about Paul's script? What was it about Paul's script that made you want to get involved at that level?
Well, I love Paul. I've known him for quite a while. We did a project together during COVID, actually, that was quite wonderful. He's a very unique storyteller and director, and deals with the truth, which I find very enticing. And I was very excited to be invited into this project. I think for an actress too, it's always exciting to be invited in. Because you try so hard for so many years to get invited in, and so when it's that easy and that kind of loving to be involved with people that you really want to work with, I was very flattered and happy. So and I loved this project. I loved the character. I love that Paul was included me in artistic choices, and it became a bit of a collaboration in that way, which is my favorite way to work. So it was a very happy experience for me.
Yeah, Lynn contributed so much to the script and to the story that we had to do that. You know what I mean? It was the right thing to do. We wanted to do it, and we wanted Lynn to feel as much a part of the project as we all were. And we worked on it for at least 3 years before we made it. So.
But I'm just remembering now, originally the character was a man. And
yeah,
it was me that spoke up and said, what about a studio head that's a woman? And that was kind of started the ball rolling in that direction.
Right. Well, I dropped into the cliche thinking, oh, we'll have Lynn play the psychic. And, thinking to that. And then she's, I don't want to have done that.
I've already played a psychic. Yeah, and we all know she's a very famous psychic at this point, and I couldn't betray that either. I felt I've done that once and never again. It's that character.
And the shift that happened in the script, really, it turned the whole thing. We started leaning into the comedy more. So it was such a smart choice, and it really sent us off on a mission. We kind of knew at that point, okay, this is what it's going to be, which is, cast determines so much, right? I mean, casting is destiny. That's what they tell me. It's like, you got to make those right choices. So I just feel so much gratitude for Lynn for coming on board and doing this. And this is our third, I think. So let's just keep going, Lynn. Let's keep going.
Absolutely. I'm in.
I've got to ask you, we talk about this a lot, but what's it like shooting in LA these days? And are there tricks to it?
Paul.
I think, so much production's left LA, that it's easy to shoot here because everyone's available. It's just, it's so expensive to shoot in LA. That's the issue is, that's why so much other production's happening. But, I've shot here. I've lived here for 30 something years. I shoot here all the time. I love it. You get the best people. It's the best crew. This is the Mecca. So, you're set up here. And we're like a family. We work with people we've worked with before. We're like a very tight group. So, it works for us shooting in LA. It comes with its challenges though, right, Lynn? I mean, there's definitely a lot of more rules in Los Angeles than anywhere else.
I think, but as an actress, it doesn't really affect me that much because it's mostly, it's you and Eric, our producer, and I just kind of go where they tell me to go, and be quiet when I have to. And I still follow the rules of an actress. I mean, I'm happy to be included in the project, and this one was very special. I was given Paul gave me a lot of leeway and input, which often you don't get. And really, I like doing smaller films for that reason, because I love being able to participate in the process.
And they say there's 3 films, right? As far as I'm concerned, the one you write, the one you shoot, and the one you end up with. And I really believe that. I believe in involving the actors and improvising and kind of shaping it and modeling it as you go. I think it's a ball of clay. And, thankfully, a lot of actors don't want to do that, too. They want to stick to the script. But, you get a bunch of professionals that are confident and they can improvise. Then it's just heaven, because you're empowering them to bring put all the brains together rather than just one brain. It's much more fun.
All right.
More questions.
80 Ellis, 24. Lynn, was any part of your dramatic interpretation of the character in this film inspired by your brother? As Paul said, you wrote many of your own lines. Were there any you repackaged from Bob?
No.
Yes. Good to hear.
No, Bob is
classic.
I mean, my brother is you talk about legend. I mean, I don't feel I'm that at all, but my brother truly is. I mean, he's responsible for some of the best films ever made, really, and talent that would never have been discovered. He discovered Cameron Diaz, basically. That was her first movie with them. And I mean, all kinds of wonderful. He has great taste and so smart and innovative. I mean, and wonderful to work with. He's tough as nails about what he wants. I did a movie with him once, and the only thing I remember, and he was directing me, and I was playing a woman very much like my mother. And it was called Book of Love. It was a movie he directed. And I just remember the one scene where we were in a house and there was someone comes in the door and opens the door really wide, and the scene begins. And my brother said, close the door. So I said, okay. So I closed the door, and we started running the scene again. And I, of course, forgot totally about closing the door. And all of a sudden I hear, close the door, Linda. So there I was, 9 years old again, with my brother telling me what to do, and I went, okay. But this movie in particular, I'm not sure he has seen it yet. I will, of course, present it to him when I can. But I'm inspired by my brother in everything I do, and that's the truth. I mean, it was truly the big brother with the photography studio in the basement when he was not 12 years old, that my parents let him put together. And I was in charge of agitating the film. And it was those old days, you take the thing and then you have to, and I remember watching a mat like all of a sudden appear on the paper.
Amazing.
Oh my God. And it was like magic. And that was exciting for me too, to be a part of magic with my brother. So this particular story, no, he was not involved in, but I think everything I do is inspired by Bob. I really do. And God bless his heart. I love him with all my heart.
Just a few more questions here. Here we go.
All right. From FX Starlord, is there a retro 82 pinball machine? Is that a retro 82 pinball machine?
Behind me?
Yeah.
I think it's even older than that. I think it's from the 60s.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
In the back. There it is. Yes.
There it is. It does. We have 2 pinball machines. One is Lord of the Rings, which was given as a gift to Bob after he did the trilogy, and so he gave it to me because he didn't have really a place for it in his house. So I put it here, and this one we got it was like a swap meet or something this is years ago, and it doesn't work. I tried to get it working. It would cost me like a couple $1,000s to get it working. We could do it, but what I did is have all the lights fixed inside the machine. So when you turn it on, it's quite beautiful, and it's, you know, sort of more of a just a decor piece right now. But the other one works. The Lord of the Rings works, and it's fun. So I play it a bit newer, I should.
All right, ADLS 24. This cast is full of Hollywood legends and new and upcoming actors. What was the energy like on set? Were you teaching them anything? What, if anything, did you learn from them?
Paul.
Yeah, look, the up and coming actors are all, you know, super talented and experienced actors too. It was, you know, the ensemble is so key, right? Because it's not just about the individual talents of the actors; it's the harmony created by picking the ensemble and making sure they all flow together and work together. And I'm inspired by all the actors that we worked with in this film. And there were definitely moments where, you know, Lynn, you know, spoke up, because we were all scrambling about stuff, trying to set up a shot, and Lynn would, you know, talk to the actors. It was great, and you know, all the ensemble, the supporting cast, they were in such awe of working with Lynn and Bill that there was just this respect on set, and it was good. But you know, there was no real drama at all or anything. It was just, you know, when you're working things out on set and you're redoing the dialogue and you're figuring things out as you go, even though you have a completed script. I did all my storyboards. I still left it on the day to kind of be a little rock and roll and let things evolve and change. And Lynn was great for that, because, you know, if you have someone that experience is going to, and also being a producer, she's going to steer us in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? Having been so many films where it was so many actors, it was just great to have her there to monitor that too. And a couple of times she spoke up, and it made a big difference. So,
is there something you look for during the casting process that says, hey, this person will be harmony on set? Or
absolutely, man. It's chemistry, right? It's like putting together all the elements. You know, all you need is one piece of energy that doesn't flow. I mean, sometimes you want that too, because you want to create conflict, right? With certain characters, you can put them together and pick people that you know there's going to be a certain energy. So it's chemical, but it's also gut, right? Because I being the writer, I have an idea in my head of what the performance is going to be like, but I'm not an actor. You know, you have to bring the actors in, and we saw a lot of people for these roles, and I just, you know, I had to trust my gut. And you know, we're talking about 5-6 people on screen at the same time. It's kind of, I never realized how complicated that was to shoot. That's why most of there's 2 or 3. You put 5 people around a table, the amount of coverage and angles, it was mathematical. Remember, Lynn, at some points it was so much work because there were so many people on screen.
But I got to say, Paul, you were so easy to work, you know, not just to work with, but what you put together gave us all an opportunity to sort of do our best and be our best, and, you know, and to incorporate each other in the scene to make sure we were all, because often dialogue doesn't really, you know, there's dialogue to tell the story, but then there's the other story that gets told about what the characters are to each other and between the lines, basically. And everybody was so great. Bill was wonderful to work with. I've worked with him some time ago and in a couple other movies, actually. And so we have a real friendship as well, even though we don't see each other frequently. But there's an automatic affection and respect and fun when we get together on anything. And you would let that unfold also, Paul. No, I mean, it's one thing to have, I think, a really strong vision, which is also your guide as an actor. You know, you want a director. I mean, you want someone to give you input and to help you shape things. And you're a really good example of the best of that, I felt. You know, you gave us leeway, and yet you understood what you needed for your movie. And I had a great time. I loved playing the character. She's a real bitch.
Yeah.
I've got one more question from our audience, but I have a question. Who came up with all the fake movies for Grog? There's all this running thread of the other films he'd appeared in, like posters. How did that must have been a lot of fun to come up with.
Oh my God. That was Eric and Ed, my editor, myself, and Grog. You know, just the thing. Kurt is Grog. Because Grog isn't a character. I mean, that really is. That's him. It's his clothes. It's how he talks. It's that character. You know, with Kurt, I was like, don't act.
And it's his band, right? I mean, he has a band, and that's his character in his
thing. Yeah, I mean, that's who he is. So I was like, don't act, just be you. With but yeah,
that's great. And then final question here.
All right, says in Shadowcast, is Scared to Death being eyed for a physical media release eventually?
You mean DVDs and that kind of?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll have to. It's going streaming after. I mean, I would imagine I don't think we've gotten to that point yet, but I will. I'll dig in and find out about that because I think that would be great.
Our audience,
they're making a resurgence too. You know, DVDs are kind of it's coming back in a big way.
Our audience loves DVDs and Blu-rays, and they love you guys. So.
And and all the Grog posters, a lot of those we put at the end just because all the way through the film he's like, this reminds me of a movie. That's his running gag. Even at the end of the film, the line he says. So creating those posters was a lot of fun. And actually we've taken one of them, Babes in Grogland, and we're going to do a little vertical series this summer. So it was to kind of create a fake history, the same way they did with Blair Witch. They created this fake. That's all it was. It was just, we're trying to make a love letter to scary movies. And that's why every cliche in the book is in the film. The haunted house, or scary kids, the rolling hair. It's meant to kind of push all of those buttons because it is meant to be a love letter.
I love the Ring Around the Rosie with the kids. I thought that was really creepy, and that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie because there's a chill that comes with it. I find even when
that song, right, coming from the plague, Black Death. It's so bizarre,
And when you play it backwards, apparently it says creepy things too.
Not joking. Is that real? Is that true?
Yes, it's real.
I don't believe it. I want to hear it.
That's how you
can look it up. People did videos.
Okay, all right, I'll buy it.
Play it backwards.
Scared to Death is in theaters this weekend. Of course, Friday the 13th couldn't be better. Paul, Lynn, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Congrats on the film. Come back when you have another movie, please.
Thank you, Chris and Alan. Thank you so much. And Paul, thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Thanks, Lynn, for gracing us with your energy. And it's good to speak to you again, Chris. And we'll speak to you again on the next one. And nice to meet you too, Alan.
Yeah, good to meet you too, Paul.
Have a happy Friday the 13th. Scared to Death.
Don't be too scared.
Man, I wanted to go to that event so badly on Tuesday.
It was great. It was great. We've interviewed Lynn before. She's a delight. Awesome. And we want to support our indie. And I love that more and more small indies are getting releases in theaters in AMC. Yes, it's about time. So there you go. We have a couple comments that were want to thank Andrew Cram, gifted 20 Film Threat memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Big supporter of the channel. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then we've got a lot of other films to review today. And I'm dealing with, and I apologize to our audience. I know people make fun of me. I'm dealing with the fact that our website is down, and it's kind of a big deal because we make promises to filmmakers to cover their movies. We have advertisers. It's still down. You're on an email chain about this.
Yeah, I've been following that.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to the audience. I'll take a moment to respond to this.
At the same time, what can you do? It's like,
well, I'm trying.
You're not exactly a technical, a web tech here.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'm just dealing with that, and no one can work. None of the Film Threat writers can post their reviews.
Yeah.
It's a problem for us. So
yeah.
there you
Plus
go.
the
But
scheduled reviews aren't dropping either.
That's correct. They're not.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get through it now.
Yeah. Well, Pete Den Cat wants to know, it wasn't Paul Boyd on British television, All Creatures Great and Small.
I don't know. He just left.
I know. Then Yeah, I was looking at Bob Shaye. Yeah, he executive produced the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That means he has an Oscar. He has an Academy Award for Return of the King.
Well, that's why Lynn has the pinball machine. She's
Yeah.
probably got it from her brother.
Yeah. By the way, if you watch the original interview with Lynn Shaye, she shows us her boobs.
Well,
let's see.
to be fair, it was her fake boobs from the movie There's Something About Mary.
Yes. Fun with collecting. Just saw Lynn while watching my Steelbook 4K collection of Nightmare on Elm Street a couple of nights ago. I'm assuming that's what he said. Let's see. Yeah, Lori, if you can help me grab some. Yeah, here we go. Aaron Charman. Have you tried turning it off?
That's
and then back on?
literally
That's exactly what we're doing.
Part of the I'm like, someone with the knows how to. We have to update the whatever, and we'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
It's Alt Control Delete. That's how it works. Sir Dirty Dog, what time are you guys starting your Oscar party on Sunday? Yeah, what time?
3 p.m. because the Oscars, this is Pacific time. Don't know what time zone you're in. 3 p.m. Pacific time we start. The show goes live at 4 p.m. So Alan and I and others will be watching the red carpet. We'll go over news stories. We'll talk picks. And then when the show starts, I'll be watching it. I have an iPad here. We'll watch it. Alan will have it on in the background with kind of a sheet over it.
Yes.
And then we'll comment live.
Yeah. And
So
I'm going
3
to
p.m.
cosplay as Leonardo DiCaprio's character from One Battle.
So
After
turn
Another.
on notifications. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Got another comment here. Yeah. The Last Boy Scout wants to know who is the host. It's Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Last year he
All
was good. Hopefully this year as well.
All right. We have a lot of movies to review today.
Plus Starfleet
We
Academy.
maybe shouldn't have done so many news stories. They're all getting clipped. If we recorded it, it's getting clipped. I need you to turn those out quick, Lori. Tom McLaury in the background.
Oh yeah. Hey, Pete Dencat, how many will be on now? Remember the first one? Chris on his couch.
Well, that was a combo award. This
It was a watch party.
It was a watch party, and during commercials, we gave away awards to indie movies. And then we evolved that in 2020 to an actual award show live in person. And then the next year it was COVID. We did it at a drive-in, which was weird. And then the next year we're back in theaters and we're at the Frida Cinema doing our little award show every January or February. So there you go. During award season.
Yes. And boy, I wish I could tell you who the host is going to be this year or next year.
I wish I could. Hey, why are we doing? But can we stop doing comments because we have to review movies and I gotta fucking go and deal with bullshit. No more comments. Alan, you saw Slanted. Tell me about Slanted. This is a very controversial trailer. We looked at the trailer and said it's the Slanted. They're describing it as Mean Girls meets The Substance.
Mm-hmm.
And the trailer is very weird about a young Asian girl in high school who aspires to be the prom queen, but she's Asian in a world dominated by blonde white girls.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the setup for this movie. It describes itself as a comedy, a little social satire. You saw it. Tell me a little brief about the story, more about the story, and I want to hear your review.
Just to add on what you've already said.
Please.
She wants to be prom queen, and the one way that she does it, she can do it is by going through racial reassignment, basically. So she goes under surgery and becomes a white girl, a blonde white girl, and she becomes very popular. But it's not a perfect process, as she finds out throughout the rest of the film. So that's essentially what the movie is. Did not like this movie.
Really?
There's some serious problems. I say this over and over and over again. A movie, you have to really buy into the plot if you're going to really enjoy it. I just could not buy into this plot. Part of it is, this is 2026. Look, I went to school. When I went to school, especially elementary school, I was the only Asian kid in a white school. Guess what? That was 1976. That was 40 years ago, 45 years ago. And things have changed. And the idea that you are the only Asian wherever you are in this world is just not that true anymore. And the other thing, like I said up front, I have never uttered the words, "I wish I was white," or thought that I would do better in this world if I was white. That thought never crossed my mind. I always just felt like if I'm going to make it in this world, I've got to do it on my own. I've got to be the best at this and that. And it's like, what's so wrong with that? And I think the key flaw of this movie is it's this idea that only white people can be Americans. And that's just not true. That is 100% not true. I'm an American. I was born in America. My American journey was established by me and my friends, and it had nothing to do with the color of our skin. There's a long time where I was hanging out with only Asians, a long time where I was hanging out with only white people. There's a lot of diversity in my circles as well. And that's the problem, is the basic premise of this movie is that the only way to be a true American is to be white. And I don't even think Americans believe that.
Yeah,
that's true. The only people who believe it are progressives who need the victim points. But for the rest of us who actually have to have a job and make a living, it's not true.
A couple things. Sorry, Alan, your crackling mic, whatever your phone is too close to your mic, it's crackling.
Okay.
A quick aside here, some notes about the story. You see the lead character's home life. You get to meet her family. Her name is Joan Huang, played by Shirley Chen, and you meet her family. Her father and mother are delightful. They're Chinese. They came to this country. They both work really hard. Their life at home is very cultural in terms of food. They speak Chinese at home, and Joan is constantly saying, speak English, Mom, speak English. She wants to be an American, a plucky American girl. And the actress, Shirley Chen, who plays Joan, is really good. And what they do when she goes through this process, they don't put makeup on her. They switch actresses.
She's really good only through half the movie.
She's good, and then she disappears, and a different actress played by McKenna Grace plays the white version of Joan, and she's not as likable. So, and you just feel bad, like you could be proud of your heritage. Look, I'm proud. When I grew up, my family was Polish and Russian, and they made pierogies, and I heard Polish jokes all the time because I grew up in Michigan. In Detroit, there was a big Polish population that moved there to work in the auto industry. How many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? I heard a million Polish jokes. I didn't care. I love gumpkies and pierogies, and my grandma made homemade food. They would speak. I knew that certain Polish words like dupa means butt. I thought it was fun and special. Make fun of me all you want. The food was great, and everyone had their own little heritage, whether it was Italian or Irish or whatever. And it makes me sad that for the character in this, that she feels so, she's a very beautiful actress that is maybe the only Asian girl, but there are other colored people. She has an Indian friend named Brenda, and it doesn't ring. Comedy comes from truth. It doesn't ring true. Now, if you made this during the Jim Crow era, that's what this feels like. But there's something.
If you made this movie in the 80s, it would have worked.
Maybe the 80s, but even then, like I just and the director, I've seen interviews with the director Amy Wang. who has an Australian accent. This is based on her personal experiences growing up in Australia as a teen and her portrayal of America somewhere in the Midwest, could be Texas, who knows, but it's somewhere where whites dominate. And there's a whole reveal of other characters who've gone through this process and they become white and their lives are better and the cops don't bother them. Honestly, the movie's premise is dishonest. It's if they made it a period piece, maybe, but the experiences of most people I know, I was teased as a kid, but for different reasons. We all go through crappy things through being a kid or through high school or whatever. Me, I was kind of small. I was smaller in frame until I got to my sophomore year in high school. Boom, growth spurt, things changed. I was Polish and proud. You know, we had t-shirts. No one cares. I feel like this seeking victimhood we've run out of the supply. And this is pushed by one side of the political aisle, and it makes me sad. Makes me sad for the director who went through this experience, the character, and the original actress. When she goes away, the movie changes tone. It's missing a spark, and it doesn't ring true. And I saw this with an audience. Nobody laughed. There were only a couple laughs, and they described this movie as a comedy. I can't recommend it. And it makes me sad that I mean, it's you could compare this to The Substance. The Substance is much better. It's more about a universal beauty standards for women of a certain age. That is universal. Okay, there's more universal.
Yeah,
than this.
While watching this movie, I kept thinking to myself, this is not my experience. And the other thing was, I felt a deep sadness if this is the experience of Asian teens today, because their parents are not raising them right. You know, if you have to believe that you have to be white in order to make it in America, you've gone off track somewhere. Someone has taught you wrong. Yeah. And by the way, Chris, are you proud of the Polish teen who was pregnant but wasn't sure if the baby was hers?
Yeah, exactly. That's 100%. I was.
Yeah, so I'm watching this going, this is, I see myself on the screen, but I these experiences she's going through is like, I've never gone through any of this, and woe to me if I ever did. It's like, I just not look. I'm not black, I'm not white, and that gives me a different perspective on America than white and black people. And there's just this craziness between what's happening between the whites and the blacks versus this idea that I now need to insert myself into this conflict. That is, I just can't do that. And I hope to raise my child to never do that as well.
Yeah, so I made me sad for not just the character, but also the director, who felt this experience was so impactful that she should make it's very anti-American and very anti-white American. I'm sure people exist who are actually like that.
Yeah.
But it makes me sad that she felt that this would resonate. I don't think it will. Let's go to comments.
Yes. Here we go. Tim is not funny. Excuse me. Being America is not the goal. The goal is opposite. Slant is wretched nonsense and after school special trash.
Yeah, I felt that it felt like an after school special. I got that vibe.
But it's just funny that the writer director is not American. She's Australian, which means she doesn't understand what it's like being a minority in America. And she's transferring. Look, I'll just assume that that's her experience in Australia, but that's not the experience in America anymore. Tony Elias, this film could have been more self-aware comedy and a commentary making fun of everyone. That's what I hoped it would have been, but it's not. It's pure racist propaganda designed to discriminate an entire race of people, disgusting and vile. Yeah, white people bad. That's essentially the message of this. this movie.
Yeah, and it just seems, you know what it seems? It seems dated.
Yeah.
It seems like this is a dated attitude, and this movie will bomb, I
Yeah.
predict.
I mean, the idea that non-white people can succeed in America is truer now than it ever was before.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about War Machine. Alan, did you see this one?
Yes, but you'll probably have to describe it because
Absolutely. Let me get into it. Alan Richson plays Alan Richson in this movie. We see him in an opening scene where his brother and he are in the Middle East fighting a war. His brother is injured mortally, and Richson carries his brother on his back, carries him all the way, almost makes it to base, and collapses 100 yards, and his brother dies. He is scarred from this experience, but he's invited to be part of an elite group of like these warriors who are being trained for a mission that is being kept very secret. In fact, they're all given numbers. I don't even know what the name of his character is.
Yeah.
They get numbers. So
in fact, the cast credits are all numbers.
Oh, they
There's
are?
no
Okay.
numbers, yeah.
Well, so they're all, you don't know their names. You do a couple of the people you know by the end, but you learn their numbers. They're all kept as numbers. Dennis Quaid is part of a group along with Isai Morales. They're officers, higher ranks. Jai Courtney's in it as well. They're training this group, and we don't know what for. There's a mystery playing out about what this is. But Richson's character is elite. He's the first in every competition. He's a badass that everyone looks up to. But does he have the leadership skills? He kind of doesn't want it. Inevitably, they go on this mission. And what happens is weird. The film takes a turn where some asteroid lands, and emerging from it is a weird alien machine from outer space, wreaking havoc and killing like half the people in this group. It's insane how many people die. Alan Richson and a small group escape from the slaughter and try to survive and take down this giant machine. I didn't even know. I just clicked on this. I didn't know it was some alien. It feels very War of the Worlds, right? And unbeknownst to them, these things are landing all over Earth. How do they take it down? How do they find out its weaknesses? Will they survive as more and more of them are taken out? One of the characters is injured. They have to carry him along as they escape and look for a way to survive. And honestly, this movie is really dumb. It's like everything about it is super cliche, over the top, feels like an 80s or 90s action movie. Could have starred Stallone or Schwarzenegger. I had a lot of fun. You even like the overall story of Richson's character on a redemption arc. You know, he failed to save his brother. Will he save the people who are part of his group trying to take down this alien machine? It's a very dumb, very simple. Every line is so cliched. I rolled my eyes, but you know what this was for me? This was comfort food, and I had a lot of fun. I mean, I sat down and thought, I'm going to watch like 15 minutes. I'll see if I like it. I freaking love this movie. It was dumb, fun action. Alan, what did you think?
I don't eat comfort food. I just eat
comfort
food.
I
eat good food. That's kind of how I felt about this movie. I think the movie would have been better had it starred Stallone or Schwarzenegger. I'll tell you the one thing I liked about this movie is the aliens are basically mech warriors. You know, that's the way the alien battle machines are built, like mech warriors. That was the coolest thing to me. But this is starting to be indicative of Netflix movies, where you can tell it's written by an algorithm, where it's spit out one day, soldiers in boot camp fight aliens. That's the basis of this movie. And then, okay, we gotta have a dead brother in it. And now the memory of the dead brother has to come in at a pivotal point of this movie. I mean, to me, this is what algorithms spit out as to what people will like. And so this movie will probably do well because it resonates that way. But the problem is there's no depth to it. It's like a bowl of mashed potatoes. Sure, it tastes good, but there's not a lot of depth to the mashed potatoes.
So you don't recommend it?
Yeah. I don't, in the way that there's certainly better movies you could watch. This is an okay movie, but it's like, well, let me put it this way: I would much rather see independent filmmakers make this movie than Netflix make this movie, because I think independent filmmakers will, they'll accept the limitations that they're given. They'll probably put a lot more thought into the story and the heart of the story, because that's what this movie really needed, was not just the dead brother, but something a little more deeper than that. Because the dead brother just felt like it's the plot conceit of the movie. Because ultimately, if you remove the dead brother, it's a guy trying to survive an alien attack. And beyond that, that's all you get. You
know what? Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you want a movie to turn your brain off. I had fun.
There are plenty of movies that
I defy you to see this movie, and it's not. This isn't Train Dreams, okay?
Right.
This is on the level of like Terminator and all that. It's Predator. It's that kind of movie.
Right. And that's why I would much rather have seen Schwarzenegger.
Well,
or
apparently the ratings for this movie are crazy. It's
and that's look, these are my feelings about this movie. The reason why Netflix relies on the algorithm is because it works, and this movie fits that algorithm. It's kind of like a computer program that sucks the brains of the human collective and spits out a movie, and that's what this movie is. So yeah, it's fine. It resonates with people today, but again, I want more out of my movies.
Well, I recommend it. Alan, do you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, barely. If you got nothing better to do. But like I said, there are hundreds of thousands of other movies on Netflix that you could watch that are much better than this.
I don't think there are hundreds of thousands,
Okay,
actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this is, look, I would have gone to see this in the theater and had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Trauma movies have more depth than this. Full moon features have more depth than this.
Let's go to comments.
Yeah. So from Kenneth Halfesten, Chris, longtime Detroit resident. I laughed out loud when you said dupa. Thanks for the memories.
Big Polish population in Detroit. Thanks, Kenneth. That's great.
Davina Duckworth, go through the chopper.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Alan, you want to talk about Kiki's delivery service?
Yeah, briefly. I know we talked. Fathom Events did a re-release a couple months ago, but Kiki's delivery service this weekend has an IMAX release. The story essentially, Kiki, who is a 13-year-old witch voiced by Kirsten Dunst, who leaves home to become a more full-fledged witch. So she goes to a new town and gets a job at a bakery here, and uses her witch-like powers to basically deliver things to help make life better. She has her cat Gigi, played by the great Phil Hartman, and if you watch my old video, I walked into this movie not expecting to really get into it. I really love this movie. There's a sweetness to it. Phil Hartman is great. There's it's weird, but this is probably one of my more favorite Miyazaki films compared to other stuff. It's not as weird, but it's weird enough. And so I think I'm gonna go see it just because it's on that large IMAX screen. Phil Hartman has the greatest line in this movie. Kiki and and one of her adventures delivers stuff to a woman in the woods. The woman is an artist, and the artist wants to paint a picture of Kiki, and then Phil Hartman, as Gigi says, "You mean naked?"
I mean, look, I like the Studio Ghibli stuff. It's all very heartwarming, and they're almost like art films or indie movies, but animated, because they deal with a lot of, modern animation is made for kids. This is very adult themes, and anytime you can see one of those movies in re-release, they'll even do at AMC theaters Studio Ghibli Fest, where they show a lot of Studio Ghibli
Fathom
movies.
Events does it all year round.
Yeah, it's like, every month or couple months there'll be one. This one, fortunately, you can see in IMAX, so I do recommend it, and check it out. Yeah,
and this is a great family movie too. If you have kids and you want to get them into Miyazaki films, this is the perfect movie to get them into. Except for the naked line.
If we don't have comments, we have one comment. We've got 2 more things to review.
Yeah. Stanley Shellington, you had me at Phil Hartman. I miss Phil Hartman so much.
Yeah. Tragic end.
I mean, Catherine O'Hara had a full long life. Can you imagine if Phil Hartman had lived to be an old person?
Hey, your crackle is still happening.
It's weird, but the chat is saying they're not hearing it.
I hear it.
Yeah. I don't have my phone near me.
Really?
Yeah. I know like the last time you said it, there were at least 12 comments saying they don't hear anything. Yeah, no crackle for me. We don't hear it. Lips are sorry, sounds fine. I don't hear the crackle. No crackle.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
It's pronounced.
Maybe if I'm speaking too loud, I'm crackling your speakers.
Maybe let me mute myself.
Yeah. Can you hear me at all? Am I crackling?
Let me mute you. It's you. It's 100% you.
Okay. Well, I mean, there are more and more comments about me not crackling.
It's 100% you.
Right. But it's 100% only you hear it.
Well, I am hearing it. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Lori says, I hear nothing. Appreciate it, Lori. Okay. Couple more things. Let me give you my early review of Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary is, it stars, of course, Ryan Gosling. It's based on the book by Andy Weir called Project Hail Mary. He did The Martian. The movies are very similar. A scientist in a life and death situation that must science his way out of it. Now, to be fair, I need to say I have read the book, and by read, I read the audiobook. It's like 20 hours. It is dramatic. I choked up at the end. The performance is amazing of an alien you will know as Rocky in the film. The way they portray his voice in the book and in the movie is fantastic. It's a story about Ryland Grace, who's a scientist who finds himself light years from Earth. What is he doing here? As his memory begins to return, he's on a mission to save Earth from a virus called astrophage, which is dimming the sun. And over decades, the sun will dim so much that Earth will be unlivable unless they find some solution to getting rid of this astrophage. And there's one star in their galaxy where the sun is not dimming. They're going to go to that star, find out why that is, as all the stars in the surrounding solar systems are affected by this virus, which is also being used as a power source. These microscopic germ-like thing they call astrophage, are able to store power to such a degree they can survive on the sun. So what is going on? Yes, it's very complicated. It's explained more in the book. It's explained very well in the movie. So you'll it's made very clear. There's a woman named Eva Stratt, played by Sandra Hüller, who gets to know Ryan Gosling's character, Ryland Grace, because he wrote an article, a piece that all life can evolve from something that water doesn't have to be present. So she's looking for scientists with crazy theories to look at to study astrophage. So we're seeing the film, you've got the present happening, which is in the spaceship, the Hail Mary. And then you have the past, which is what led to him being on the ship. An alien spacecraft meets him because what's happening? They have the same goal. And he meets Rocky, which is a full puppet, not CGI. I'm sure it's enhanced by CGI, but it's a puppet. And Rocky is played by James Ortiz, the voice. Now, I love the book. The book spends a lot of time. I'm not going to go into any big spoilers, but the book spends a lot of time on, say, for example, how do Rocky and Ryland communicate? Rocky has these tones and sound. What Ryland understands, those they begin to figure out through like these like puppet figures that Rocky makes. He's more of an engineer. He makes like a little Ryland figure, a little spaceship figure, and they figure out what these tones mean. They spend a lot of time on that in the book, as you would. They spend less time in the movie. So I'll say that the worst thing I can say about the movie is, and it's only because I've read the book, that the movie is like the Cliff Notes version of the book. So the movie's is Cliff Notes. It's fine if you haven't read the book, and I can't unread the book. I don't know what it's like. The book is better to me. I'm just going to come out and say it. It's better. But what they achieve with this, because Ryan Gosling, very likable actor. I can't believe he was in The Fall Guy, which I thought was a great movie, which bombed. Really fun, romantic action comedy. But this thing is everything I want out of a science fiction movie. It's got real science, also fictional science. It takes, like, the whole thing in Star Trek. I've been going down a rabbit hole of interviews with Andy Weir. The whole thing with Star Trek is everyone is humanoid form. You've got sort of, they can all exist in the same space and atmosphere.
And they can have sex with one another too.
Yeah. I mean, Ryland Grace and Rocky can never be in the same physical space because Rocky exists in a temperature where Ryland would die immediately. It's like 400 degrees or something. It's insane. So they have to be in separate environments and yet find a way to work together to solve a mutual problem, trying to save their home worlds. It's thrilling. It's amazing. It's got touches of Interstellar and E.T. I can't wait to see it again with a packed crowd in IMAX. This should be on your top of the list. I don't know if this will get a Best Picture nomination. I think the Academy is really biased against commercial successes and genre movies, but can't recommend it enough. The book is still better in my mind, but I loved Project Hail Mary. Can't wait for you all to see it. And I can't wait to talk to you about it, Alan.
Yeah, I'm seeing it tonight, and I have not read the book. And hopefully it has, it talks about racism, slavery, and misogyny, and then it can win the Academy Award.
Oh my God, please leave that in the review, what Alan just said. Let's go to comments.
Lord and Miller, I'd love for them to do a Star Wars movie. Aaron Charman.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. You know what, Lord Miller? Those guys should make a Star Wars movie.
I know, that would be great. Aaron Charman, is the crackling in the room with us right now?
It's gone.
Yeah. Lord Thoth. Excite. Yeah, should I get a pizza or should I get the hamburger when I see it tonight? Blackhawk. My wife and I love the book so much. So glad to hear it's good and true to the book. We can't wait to see it next week.
Yeah, it's true to the book, beginning to end.
Yeah,
True to the
that's
book.
so hard.
But it's the book goes into detail where the movie can't go into as much detail. But they spend like the learning to communicate. They spend time with that in funny ways that are already starting to leak. I hope. Just don't read anything more about it. I mean,
is it so hard to read a book and then just make it based off the book? I hear comic book movies. Yeah, I hear comic book movies. They're like these little things, like they're basically storyboards, but on pages. You could follow those and make a great superhero film.
This is like our longest show in a long time, Alan.
Yeah,
we have one more thing to review, and it's finally we've come to the end. The season finale of Starfleet Academy. Star Trek is back. And it's more Star Trek than ever. Except it isn't. Alan, let's talk about this finale episode. It's part of a two-parter episode. And when it comes right down to it, Nas Braca has captured Holly Hunter.
Well, the Federation. He's captured the entire Federation.
The entire Federation is behind a bubble of minds.
No, it's behind a circle of minds.
A circle of minds, which should be a sphere. Actually, it's a sphere. And the Federation is being put on trial by Nas Braca. And who will decide? Caleb's mom, who has a chip on her shoulder about Holly Hunter. And why do I call her Holly Hunter? Because I forget all the characters' names in this show because they're not all that memorable. Even Nas Braca, that when you hear them say all these names to each other, like who these are not memorable names.
Are you telling me the two people in this picture here who have been in many of the episodes, you can't tell me their names?
You know what? I know that you can't tell me their names.
I can't either. I have no idea.
Okay, well, all right. Alan, what did you think of this final episode?
Yeah, there was a time where I thought watching Starfleet Academy was fun because of how bad it was. That has long gone. This episode hurts to watch. And I think a lot of it has to do with there's this smugness that I feel behind the scenes of Starfleet Academy, that Alex Kurtzman is just sitting there writing these episodes thinking to himself, my shit don't stink, or whoever his writers are. Gaia Volo. It was like you used to watch Star Trek and then the episode would say something about humanity and then you would talk about it with your friends afterwards. Like Next Generation, every Wednesday night I was at a friend's house week after week, and we just had dinner, watched the episode, and just talked about it. This one, I just feel like these writers, they've have never lived life really fully. B, doesn't understand what it means to be a human being on this planet. And all they understand really is what humans should be in their mind. And they wrote a series about that. The other thing is, and I've said it for weeks now, but the Federation is doomed. If these are the people defending and protecting the Federation, they're done for. You might as well cause another burn and start all over again. And the reason for that is this episode, they're under attack. But before you deal with the attack, you've got to make sure that you've resolved your conflicts with your fellow cadets. And so Genesis, hey, I remember that name. She is given the command of the Athena. And just before doing this big maneuver, she realizes, hey, I hurt Sam, the hologram. And so she leaves her command to go to Sam's room to work it out.
It's so these, and by the way, when Genesis sits in the command chair,
Oh my God.
first thing she says, I have to pee. Like you just, this show hates its characters, hates itself, hates Trek.
Think about that, because she's a woman who's taking command, and so they build it all up.
Oh,
and
they
then
make a big
diffuse
deal.
the
They make a
moment.
big deal. She's
Yeah.
gonna sit in the chair. She has command. And
I'm a woman, goddammit, I'm taking over.
All this terrible stuff is happening on the ship. We got to focus on her getting to sit in the chair. As soon as she sits, she says, "I have to pee."
Yeah,
it's so dumb. It's so I hate this.
Yeah, but it's
not.
It just goes to show that the people running the show have no idea, A, how to do a TV show, and B, let alone Star Trek and the themes of science fiction. And to hear, we played the clip of Alex Kurtzman at the Saturn Awards. He still has no idea how science fiction works.
Yeah, it's really disheartening. Not surprised. They end up talking about their feelings a lot. There's a lot of working things out about Caleb's mom and Holly Hunter's character. Like this thing is all about feelings. And at the end, they defeat. Sorry, spoilers here. It's actually a really good moment. The one good moment in this episode is they fake the destruction of the ship.
Oh my God, no. That was not a good moment.
No, what I'm saying is you could recut that to make it look like they destroyed everyone and cut to credits. You could recut this episode. That would be great if they did that. But they defeat Nosbraka, and he gets punched in the face by two women twice in a row. By Caleb's mom, and then by Holly Hunter. And he gets punched in the face and like, that's all you got. And then Holly Hunter punches him in the face, and he's like almost knocked out cold.
By the way, he's defeated because of daddy issues.
It's so stupid. It's Alex Kurtzman, go off and make something else.
Yeah.
He is not suited for Trek. This is just, and I haven't been watching Star Trek, to be clear. I watched the first 4 episodes of Discovery and I stopped. That's it.
Picard season 3. That was only because people told us it was good.
And then I think we watched Strange New Worlds, and I was like, I don't like this. I saw 2 episodes. I wasn't into it. But this is the final nail in the coffin. And we're going to, there's a great clip. We've been running clips from the Star Trek funeral we did in December. There's a really good clip put up yesterday about the Star Trek experience in Las Vegas. You have to see that clip. It's you and I and Badger and Robert Meyer Burnett looking at clips from the Star Trek Vegas experience, which is so great. And it reminded me of what great Trek was.
Yeah. No, every time we went to Vegas, we would go to the Star Trek experience.
Always. We would always visit it. It was so fun. So
the holy rings of Beta Z.
Oh my God. Onion rings. It was great. But this is the worst, and there's more coming.
There's a second season.
I don't care where they go from here, but I agree with what you said at the beginning, Alan. It used to be, it was so bad, it was laughable and funny. It's not funny anymore. This is just,
it's self-indulgent. It's I mean, you could feel the arrogance of Alex Kurtzman and crew watching the show.
You feel it seep out. And it's almost like they have disdain for their fans. But enough, it's finally over. But the repercussions of the damage this show has done to the franchise, I think, will be felt for a while. It's gonna take a while for Star Trek to come back.
Yeah, I always say they're not modernizing Trek; they're fixing Trek. Just like they did the Disney live action remakes. They're not modernizing old Disney classics; they're fixing old Disney classics.
Let's go to your comments.
Yes. From Bill S. Preston Esquire, yet more Star Trek written by someone who doesn't like Star Trek. Yeah, the fact that he claims that everyone is a fan. Patrick Lemire, vegans running a steakhouse.
That's exactly what it's like.
MK Solid, Holly Hunter's feet have their own credits, I hear.
Yeah.
Big Chris, it's more like they are at Starfleet High School instead of the Officers Academy.
Yeah. They're just very unprofessional.
Yeah. Yeah. I like sometimes you have to make mistakes to learn. Yeah. Sometimes those mistakes are costly.
God. She's so insufferable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they love her so much. I can't take it.
Well, I told you, I took my
ahead.
daughter to the Percy Jackson sneak preview. And it was very clear that when everyone on the panel said that they were fans of the book, you knew that they were fans of the book. And then watching the series, my daughter is like, she loves it. It's, they understand why the book was so popular, and they just made a TV show based on that.
Well, this is your final reminder. Sunday, March 15th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We will kick off the Film Threat Watch Party. We're going live an hour before the Oscars are airing. We will watch the Oscars live with Gary Beekler from Nerdrotic, Robert Meyer Burnett from the Burnett Work, Angry Badger, and a host of other guests will be popping in. So join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alan will be dressed in a suit.
I'll be cosplaying as Leonardo DiCaprio's character from One Battle After Another.
What? You gonna have a robe on?
Yeah.
You could do that, actually.
I could do that. I think I'm not going to shave for the next 2 days. So.
I'll be in a tux, but final reminder to be. That's your reminder right there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you to everyone who sent in a soup. We appreciate you. Thank you to our mods, MK Solid, Lord Thoth, ADLS24, Ololique on Rumble. We appreciate you. We will be back. We're going to be back Sunday. And then we have Versus at an earlier time, 10 a.m. on Monday, because Alan and I have something to do in the afternoon. And then we may do a special show Tuesday morning when a certain embargo breaks.
Yeah.
And we can just click the bell for notifications if you haven't already. But thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Join us for the Oscars. Alan, what do you have to say?
Let's get out of here.